back to Tabletop Notch.
Yay.
We're bringing it back with Chapter 71 tonight.
It's a good number.
We're in the middle of a little intrigue, a little potential combat.
Potential. Never.
Is it potential?
He might just pass on by.
Just pass through me?
Yep. Just
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God, I didn't realize you were occupying
this is
that
so
area.
embarrassing.
Oh, yikes.
So
I hate when I go
embarrassing.
inside someone.
accidentally made you make a Christmas saving throw.
I thought you said Christmas saving.
That's what I said too. I was like, wait, what is that?
We're a couple months early for Christmas saving throws.
Write that D&D Christmas
We
movie.
should log that for later.
Christmas saving throw.
Stop.
Oh, that's cute.
Seriously. Before we dive back in, anything people want to say? Announcements, shout-outs?
If you're a subscriber or a bidder or anybody and you're not in the guest book, I apologize. Please message us. We lost a lot of information during our hiatus, so if something's not up to date, it's gonna get fixed. I promise.
We've updated the sort of format for people who checked out at the beginning as the stream loads in. Little anecdotes of a captain's log across our adventures with people's names worked in. So if your name isn't worked in and you are a sub, please let us know so we can make sure to do that.
And also...
We also exist in podcast form now. Right now we're just on Spotify, but stay tuned. We'll be on all the other ones. Right now we have Genesis up and episode 69, 70's forthcoming, but every Tuesday, check out in podcast form. You can listen on your commute. You can listen during class.
Yeah. Because
in the car.
You could have another stream on, but mute it and
But
have
mute it
our
and just have
audio.
our audio.
Confusing.
But, intriguing.
But we're planning to have Genesis and then starting at 41.
Genesis and then 41 through where we
current
are
day.
now. So those will get uploaded gradually, but every Tuesday, look out for the new episode.
Genesis was sort of a logical starting point of the podcast because it was sort of a new wave of adventure as we sort of wrapped up a previous
and
major
less
plot line.
sound issues.
Yes, we did have some early sound issues.
What are you talking about? I don't know.
If you want to experience the
everything
early
fun.
episodes, just play sounds of a parade in the background while you listen to our stream.
Oh, that was a day.
And yes.
Anything else?
Lastly.
I have an announcement.
Yes.
I prepared.
I've heard several announcements.
If you want to have a Sunday fun day, today's the day, because it is National DJ Day.
Oh.
So put on your favorite DJ or become your own favorite DJ.
DJs don't need more days.
Also, to all the men in this room, happy Unmarried Men Day
Shut up.
to you.
No.
I have an announcement. Go ahead. Just kidding.
No, I got excited for a second. Last one I picked. I didn't do all of them. To the underdog of all the animals, Squirrel Appreciation Day.
Oh.
Okay.
That's it.
It's
not
My
flying
dad
squirrels.
today told me it was National Pancake Day, and I was like, surely Leah's ahead of the curve on that.
Oh, sorry. The last two were Parachuting Day and Japanese Cuisine Day. So
What?
No.
get some
You're saying that
sushi and
pancakes
jump out
are
of a
sharing a
plane.
day with...
Oh, brother.
But I didn't have pancakes
squirrels
on there.
and-
Sorry. But thank you,
Okay.
John. U.S.
Never
I delivered.
disappoint. Never
I gave you a couple extras because last week we didn't.
Yeah, right. Gotta make my mom happy. She's gonna disown me.
With that, we're going to roll the intro and come back on the other side and see what the Steeder Way has in store for us.
Spoods.
See you on the other side.
Spiders!
Spoods.
Spooks and spoods.
Welcome back, everybody. welcome back.
So wait, the
The
summary of that was
sass.
you have no idea how many silver arrows you own?
Yes, as we rolled the intro,
No,
Safira doesn't know how
don't
many
even.
silver arrows she has, so right now
She has
she's
a
gonna roll a
100.
d6 and find out how many silver arrows she
A
has.
I remember.
single D6?
It was
A
40.
D6?
Wow.
I got in trouble, guys. It used to be a D10. You didn't see what happened behind the scenes.
Use your
Wait,
d6.
Is this a D6?
Yeah, it's the regular dice.
Okay. I forgot what the dice are now. 4.
Alright.
That could have
4
been worse.
silver arrows.
4 misses in.
Yeah.
You know what?
3
Sorry.
misses.
Sorry.
In chapter 70,
Oh, wow.
a hint of malice. The party capped off an exhausting day of riding by arriving at the inn at Nagarwas, where in true small-town fashion there was no private rooms available, but rather a bunkhouse that required us to share a night's sleep with some of the local residents. It wasn't ideal, but it was too late to seek out alternative lodging, so we handed over the coin to the innkeeper, who already had his hands full with a rowdy group of laborers sharing a drink. A bit of socializing got us acquainted with some of the local politics. Apparently Cliff Ironcloud, trusted northern spokesperson and leader of a company called the Advocates, had struck a deal with the Mullifers, a move that garnered a mixed reception among the citizens of Navikapura. Still, the laborers here were happy for the work. Part of the arrangement stipulated that the Mullifers fund a Steeder Way between the townships, a tunnel system for quick travel on the backs of giant, domesticated spiders. Construction had hit a snag, however, when it seemed that someone, or something, was turning off or sabotaging the tanks of malice poison used to keep the spiders docile. And in the morning, the miners planned to reach out to the Broken Crown to post an official contract for investigating the problem. Rather than let the BC take their cut, Erland volunteered us to have a look, believing there to be a multitude of benefits. Besides the money, having the Steeder Way active would make travel between the townships easier for our seemingly never-ending list of errands, and it might even grant us an audience with some of the more influential families of the north, such as the Ironclads or the Mullifers. With plans to speak further in the morning, we got some rest, careful to set watches as there was nowhere to stable our horses. The sun rose and it was time to get down to business, though we immediately butted heads over what to prioritize and whether to split up to do so. Orba's urgent need to reach the wizard's cellus in Naupa was difficult to quell, but Erland and Safira weren't sure if the Steeder Way inspection was a two-man job. Not only that, Graven wasn't keen to let Orba travel alone, so we tried to find a compromise. While the elves spoke to the foreman near the center of town, Orba and Beezaura hung around with Graven, as he sought out Donovan Ainsley, cleric of Grom the Gale and father of the talented healer we met back in Orinchupa. Graven's visit was brief. It was difficult to express his true intentions, and adding to that the uncertainty of whether the cleric of another god would even want to help him if he could. Perhaps he would return another time after some soul-searching, but it was at that moment that Erland and Safira rejoined us and spelled out the details of the Steeder Way contract. Given that the tunnels were directly under Nagarwas, it was a job that could probably be completed in an hour or two, provided that the entire group was willing to make the detour. Once again, Orba stressed her timely need to travel west, but we rallied the call for one last group adventure before going our separate ways. Once underground, we noted the locations of the malice tanks. We investigated them for signs of tampering, but other than being turned off, they seemed more or less functional. By stationing individuals at points where the pipes led into the Steeder Way, we were able to keep tabs on which ones were working as intended once the valves were opened. But after Graven briefly abandoned his post, his tank mysteriously shut off, forcing Erland and Orba to backtrack into the dark. Working their way back to Graven's malice tank, a spectral figure emerged from the wall and attempted what we believed to be some kind of possessive effect, though Erland focused his mind and was able to resist. It was the first sign of what could very well be the culprit that we were looking for. And as Erland wound up for a physical strike against an incorporeal target, we asked ourselves, why would ghosts or undead spirits have reason to disrupt the construction of this tunnel between the townships? What had changed between Cliff and the Mullifers that made him finally agree to let them hold a stake in Navikapura? And if something comes up after the contract is complete, would anyone dare try once more to keep Orba from marching west? We find out now, in Chapter 71 of A Peek Beneath the Veil.
God, that was a drastic turn.
In the split second that Orba moves to cast her spell, she's thwarted by a lack of space to summon her earthen hand. And it's in that moment that the spectral figure passes through Erland. You feel his limbs start to writhe at the joints. And as something beyond his control tries to push into his thoughts. Remembering his training, Erland focuses, connecting his mind to his body. And he pushes the invasive entity out without incurring harm, and then resets himself. And I need Erland and Orba to roll initiative first.
Question.
Yes.
Does that count as a spell slot used?
It does not, because you're not even able to cast the spell.
Do I do my ready to attack before initiative?
was a good
This is
answer,
yes.
good
This is like a
answer.
surprise round, is what, which is why the other people aren't in it yet.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and make your attack now.
I'm never giving you my
Okay.
dice.
And I believe
first.
I said it had to be with my nunchucks because I.
It had to be with
said
the ready
yeah.
weapon. Yes.
Does anybody
Here
have
we
any sage so I can
Shit.
fix
Can't
my
believe I'm
dice?
still alive sitting next to him.
8 to hit.
8 to hit. Erland whips it around, and after the spirit kind of passing through, his limbs are still kind of shaking from the effect. And as he turns his hand around, it goes harmlessly by. and
Do
the
I get a
spirit drifts
sight
away.
of it as it goes?
Yes, but make your initiative
Sorry,
roll.
yeah.
Yep, that's good.
13.
2.
Oh.
16 for the
Shit.
ghost.
We're just calling him Ghost.
Just a ghost. So as you go turn around to make the attack, you get a good look at it. It's fairly humanoid in its sort of general shape. It doesn't have that kind of amorphous, shadowy appearance that you've seen in the past as some of the sort of undead creatures that lurk in the shadows. It's very sort of, it has kind of a raggedy tunic and a pair of pants. It literally looks like someone almost, drifted into an ethereal form. They have a very sort of human appearance to them.
Would I know what that means, given...
No.
And is there if he has is there a piece of the tunic that seems ripped in the way that like I found stuck inside
Make a perception check.
Oh, that's a good question.
19.
19. After sort of swinging the nunchucks by, the ghost kind of drifts back out of the way of your attack, and in that moment you kind of get a good look up and down. They're definitely not wearing anything leather armory. It looks like cloth, like plain clothes scraps. So it does not look like something that tore from what may have been at one time this creature's uniform or something. So we're looking down here.
What was Erland's initiative again?
13.
Thank you. That's not a number. Alright, well, Ghost is first.
So after ducking back out of the way of Erland's attack, it kind of swoops in once more. And instead of passing through Erland this time, it reaches out its fingers and it grabs Erland sort of on the chest in a couple spots, and you can feel it kind of dig in and try and sort of push into your body a little bit.
What the hell kind of attack
That is a 14 to hit.
14 misses.
14 misses. So as it presses into Erland's sort of tunic, Erland backs up and sort of almost does one of those things where you move to the side and you let it push itself past. So you sort of push it and it sort of hits into the wall next to you. It doesn't look like it. Yeah. Solid impact, but it pushes sort of into the wall next to Erland. Okay, that is the ghost turn.
Ouch.
It's to me.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna use
So
my
now, nobody knows other than Orba that this ghost is here. There's been a little bit of noise, so if you want to take the opportunity to say something.
Yeah, I'm going to as I'm
Ghosts.
as I'm going to use my action to put my nunchucks on my belt and put on the silver gloves that I have. And
So Erland kind of puts the nunchucks away, takes out the gloves, and he's putting them on.
as I
he's
do that, I'm
doing
going to
so.
yell, "Ghost! Ghost in the chamber!"
Are you yelling it at like full volume?
Yes.
So then we'll say everybody hears. Go ahead and roll initiative. But you three will not be in this round, so you'll be waiting till after Orba.
Troll in the dungeon.
That's what it was.
Yep.
I don't want to know.
6.
17.
That was my initiative.
Slow and dumb.
Whoa.
You were the 6, right?
Who said that?
Stop.
I know that.
They're here too?
Yeah.
Dumbest thing
I
ever.
forgot Erland came.
What was your initiative?
So you are still concentrating on your detect
Yeah.
poison.
Yeah. And it's up to 10 minutes. It's probably only been half a minute.
Yeah,
or
yeah, a minute.
since- Okay.
Silver flail coming out of space.
Alright.
Actually, I can't really walk that far, so.
Was that your whole turn?
Yeah,
It's an action.
Sorry.
That's
my
my
action.
Yeah.
I'm engaged in combat with him at this moment.
You're
Or,
within melee range. That would provoke an opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay.
I need like.
Okay,
dice
I
tray
can
this
work on that
way.
later.
It's your turn, actually.
Yes, I know,
Yes,
that's what I
yeah.
mean.
So Orba goes and then back to the
Yeah.
top after the surprise round.
I'm imagining now there is an unoccupied space.
There is.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
And this time, so you've seen Orba's hand kind of come out of different surfaces, sort of taking the form of the environment around it. This time it comes up out of the cave kind of wall and part of the floor there, and it's a true kind of granite hand as it comes
Cool.
out.
And it works on
Oh, wow.
incorporeal stuff?
Bloody
Says
hell.
any creature.
Come on, it freaks
There we go.
me out.
You're about to find out.
That's what I'm saying.
Shut up.
Hand appears behind the ghost.
Awesome. So I am going to grab it. So make a strength saving throw, friend.
He's a ghost, he's not so strong.
That is a 14.
Tie saves, right?
Tie
Fuck, he saves.
Okay.
And
Does it still do damage?
on a failed save, target takes 2d6. On a failed? No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Sad. Yeah, no. It doesn't do nothing.
Okay. But the hand remains there. And are you concentrating on that?
Yes.
Great.
And then I'm gonna take maybe 10 feet steps back.
Yes, please leave.
10 feet steps.
You have more than that. Is that where you stand?
Yes, that's where I'm staying.
So Graven, after hearing Erland's shout, you see Orba like back up after looking in kind of an attack position there, because now you can see in through the hallway a little bit.
Yep. Still takes me a while to fucking realize what's going on.
Graven! Amazing. That's
With Graven standing there, and Safira goes by, Beezaura goes by.
That was Erland's voice. I see Orba.
amazing. So top of the lineup means BZ actually.
Ah, excellent.
Come
All
on,
right,
BZ.
Beezaura, you hear the shout.
Let's go, let's go.
I start moving towards it.
Okay.
That's all
5, 10, 15,
these
20,
little legs can do right now.
25 feet move,
That's it.
and you can dash again for another 25.
Yeah, I'll do that.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you get up to where Graven is.
Like Graven voice.
Yeah.
So know that, like Graven, you can see about 15, 20 feet in from the hallway, which has light, but around the corner here,
Right.
you cannot
Can't
see.
see.
Doesn't mean you can't attack, it's just a disadvantage.
Right.
Yep. Who's after Beezaura? Is it the
Ghost.
ghost? All right. The ghost sees the hand behind it, sees Erland, and it's gonna pass through the wall here. Oh, you son of a bitch!
No.
Yes,
No,
hello and
no,
welcome.
No.
Erland, you may take an attack of opportunity. Here we go.
Through the wall?
Yeah, you
Well, he went into the wall.
Oh,
it was
but
while he
passed
was
him.
leaving his space.
That'd be pretty if you
until
could
he
just be
rolls.
like,
and
Like, you are now
through the wall.
Yeah, right. 17 to hit.
17
Sounds- yeah.
hits. Roll for damage.
So this is 1d4 because it's an unarmed strike. 6 bludgeoning damage.
And just to be clear, the attack roll, remember doesn't get its plus modifier because of the heavy gloves. Remember we talked about that?
Oh, I thought it was only when I was fighting not ghosts.
No, because it's just the heaviness of the gloves.
Oh,
It
okay.
doesn't matter what kind of creature it is.
So what is
what is a normal unarmed strike for you? The plus to hit for an unarmed strike.
I don't know. I use an app.
Yeah.
Was it my dexterity then, or?
What a millennial word. And then the computer told me.
For now, we're just gonna knock your proficiency off of it, which is plus 2.
Oh,
so
okay,
it was
cool.
17 to hit.
Yeah,
That still hits.
cool. And then it was
Trying to-
6 bludgeoning damage.
6 bludgeoning. So, as the ghost kind of ducks out of Erland's way and moves into the wall with this sort of incorporeal movement, Erland reaches out and sort of with the silver gloves, having hit some of these undead creatures before, he goes in for a strike, and it passes harmlessly through and into the wall.
Oh.
And it strikes you that this particular undead entity
No.
is less detached from the material world than other undead that you fought. It is not vulnerable to silvered attacks.
Oh.
then what?
So would that mean
What a waste of
that? Oh, so the property of having silver would mean that it would go right through. Whereas,
For creatures that are bound a little more to the sort of their earthly form, the silvered gloves allows you to make contact with them. For higher level creatures of the undead, incorporeal, ethereal type, silvered attacks don't necessarily
Good.
make a difference.
Good.
does that mean that regular attacks might, or?
It means they also probably would not.
Oh.
So then how do we get them?
There's only two
Magic.
people that can attack this.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And one of them is about to get
Woo!
Not
a handshake.
pulverized.
Oh my god.
The ghost passes through the wall, and Orba's sort of searching around, and it reappears through the wall.
Can I yell something after having struck?
Sure, it's gonna attack her, but yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna yell and say, "Silva doesn't work on it."
Okay. Orba. 13 to hit.
Oh, shield.
Okay. So it goes in for the strike, and wall of arcane energy goes up, and it ricochets off, unable to get in for the strike.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. It's Erland. Sir.
That's. Oh right, because I just it was a different thing.
That's right.
I don't.
Got any platinum gloves in there or something?
Yeah, can you pull out your fancier gloves?
Okay, what I know
It's like, okay, takes those off, puts on the magic gloves.
They're
He
covered
opens
in
up like his
rhinestones.
jacket and has like
Do I need more time to process that. Do I have a sense of whether or not any of my sepsis abilities might be they're natural in nature. They're not magical in nature though, right?
Some natural is magical
worth
though,
a
like
shot.
druidic magic is both natural and magic.
So like would I have a sense of like
Yeah.
This could be really bad.
I guess like would I have a sense of having done spine buffer before, whether that feels
Read the text for that for me.
hairs on your arms and neck harden to spines that fire at would-be attackers. As a bonus action, you can activate Spine Buffer. When an enemy within 5 feet of you makes an attack against you and misses, you deal 1d6 piercing damage to that creature. The Spine Buffer lasts 1 minute or until you dismiss it using a bonus action.
Given the nature of that one specifically, it is a physical spine, very much so, not as a magical attack.
Yeah, it is. It is. Can I, is there some way I could use like a help action to protect Orba?
There are help actions, yes.
What are sort of protective help actions that I could use here?
I think as the help.
I could distract,
I have stuff that can do
I suppose.
That's good.
If you give the help action,
Give
the
us
creature
stuff.
that you give the help action to gains advantage on the next ability check it makes. It doesn't make an attack roll. And you can also. You can do this. Alternatively, you can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. So you both have to be within 5 feet of the creature, or you have to be within 5 feet of the creature. You feint distract the target and distract them, and your ally's attack is rolled with advantage if it's an attack roll.
Somebody give that to me.
We've been over this. Okay. I'm going to go up to the creature.
Erland hits the ground.
Do I have to specify who I'm helping, or can
Yes,
I simply?
nope,
Okay.
you must specify who you're helping.
Knowing that, is that not working? There we go. So knowing that, that's not going to work for BZ. Has to be Graven. I'm gonna try and feint and to pull its attention away from Graven, so that
Sort of
Graven can hopefully.
with your gloves kind of shining off of the light a little bit, trying to get its attention. Great.
Is that? Would I be able to see that from where I am with the light from the hallway?
Where Erland is?
No, the ghost.
You can see the ghost there. He's only 15, 20 feet away from you.
Good.
Question for you: my first attack, my first hit being max damage. Do I lose that from having passed
You
through?
have lost that.
That
yes.
is
Not from being passed through, but from making a successful attack. You had a successful attack
Right.
that just did 0 damage.
I see.
So yes.
That is the
That's
say it
so
slower. Say it one more time.
Yeah.
Well,
Cross out that
Same
from
thing.
last week.
And we have a problem. It becomes we need to run.
That and Graven, because he's see-through, Graven can see me
Yes.
distracting.
Yep, he can see you. Dude. Yeah.
Great. That is. That's my turn.
Okay, Safira.
Fucking.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like run as much as I
15,
can
20,
to
25,
get
30.
there.
You'll have to use a dash action to continue.
I'll use a dash action.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get sort of this crowded little area where Graven is. You can step 5 feet in if
Okay.
you wish to.
Yes, I would like to.
So that's your last. So you've used your action because that was the dash action.
Cool.
Anything
That's-
else? Bonuses? Anything?
That's it. I think.
Hey,
Is
buddy.
helping a bonus action? No, it's not. It's an action.
that's a full action.
So yeah, no.
Okay, so you see Erland and Orba can kind of see the light from the Steeder Way leaking in. You see everybody kind of finally pushing their way in from the hallway into the cavern here. All right.
Graven.
Graven's up.
Seeing it come out of the wall next to Orba and Erland run up on the other side, take a deep breath, and the little bit of the juice that we huffed earlier, Graven's gonna like and shoot out a guiding bolt,
Okay.
level 2,
Come on,
Alright.
Graven.
at his face.
All right.
Come on.
Into the meatiest part.
Into the media.
If he's a small face, then his stomach.
Is
You're
this
calling the ghost fat?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this advantage?
Don't
Is it an
fat
attack
shame the
roll?
ghost.
It's an attack.
It is made with advantage.
Okay.
Toots.
Okay. It's
Other
fine.
than fat
My
shame
dear
the
friends.
ghost.
It's fine.
You can insult him.
Okay.
It's okay.
17 plus even more. So we're good. Plus 5. 20 something.
That hits.
22.
So you don't roll for damage.
I don't roll for
You're gonna
damage.
do max.
I'm gonna do
damage.
max, which is 5d6 radiant damage.
Oh my gosh.
So
I helped.
30 radiant damage.
There's no plus to that. 30
Makes 4d6. Casts his second level above, increases by 1d6. So 5d6 on a hit takes 5d6. Yeah.
Okay.
And on the next, and on heavy breathing.
A lot is happening.
The next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has
We're
advantage.
just chaining advantages here.
gosh.
Okay.
So Beezaura and Safira sort of in the sort of threshold of the tunnel there, watches Graven winds up. A mighty blast of light that pours through the tunnel, and it hits the ghost, and almost like it got thrown into like a dryer, starts to like twirl about a little bit, and it kind of spins about,
Fun.
and it does settle finally. But it looks, you can see the rags, like pieces of ethereal rag, are kind of falling off of it as it's sort of hovering there, a little stunned by the force of the impact.
Orba, finish it quickly.
Oh, jeez, friend.
Orba's like,
With advantage. With advantage, Orba.
Oh.
what the heck?
Any movement from you, Graven?
I mean, I'm still within range there, and Safira looked like she liked that spot, so I'll give it to her. And Beezaura can still get by me, even though there's...
Yeah, you can move through an ally space. Yeah.
Okay, then
As
I'll
long as
just
you
stay
don't
there.
end up in that space.
Okay, yeah. Alright, Orba's
After
going
making
to...
the guiding bolt, you sort of blow out a little bit of the incense
yeah.
smoke.
Burps it up.
Graven's like, that's some good incense.
Okay, actually, question for you, DM. Piercing damage is implied that it's more physically based than magic based, correct?
So, piercing from a magic attack is different than piercing damage physically.
Okay,
Those are two different things.
okay.
Just because something can't be hit or is resistant to piercing doesn't necessarily mean it can't be hit by magical piercing.
Got it. Understood. Gosh, I think it's still better if I... Yeah, okay, wait, Orba's saying screw it to the attack advantage. Sorry, buddy. Well, fuck. Oh, there's so many things to consider. Sorry, 1 second.
You are also right now within 5 feet of it.
Yeah.
So an attack roll would be made
Normal.
normally because it's negative. If you have a ranged attack roll
Oh, right.
and you're within
And I'm right
melee,
up to
it's
it.
with disadvantage, so you have to step back or.
I guess it could be somebody else's
Give me
attack.
all the pieces here, Orba. Do something.
Orba's gonna rub her hands together and make a big clap and cast Thunder Wave, but I'm gonna cast it so that it's positioned only to grab.
How big is it?
15. So 1, 2, 3 toward.
That's gonna
Does
hit
that catch
Safira.
Oh, it's okay. I
You're
can take a small
either
hit.
gonna hit Safira or Erland.
Oh, well.
Safira will be less upset at me.
Yes, Safira will be less upset at
Orba
you.
stands there thinking about the consequences.
Can I cast it 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3?
So you can. The problem is, so it's a shifted kind of
Right.
square, and if you shift it on a diagonal, that still catches Erland in it. You see what I mean? Because his square is.
What if I take 5 feet and move here
Yes.
and then cast it?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's do that.
It's like in this hallway, like,
Yeah.
It's close to
don't
say
move, Erland.
So yeah, she's gonna cast it, and
Erland's
she's gonna
down
cast it
perfectly
at a second level spell slot.
So this is a saving throw, correct?
Yes, it is. It's a Constitution save.
Please don't be constitution-y.
17.
That saves, but you still take half damage. So it's 3d8 halved. Do I only have 1d8 at the moment? I don't want your dice. Get out of here. 7,
They're tainted.
11, 6 damage. 6 thunder
12 and
damage.
then halved. Is that what
Yes.
you meant to? Great. 6 damage.
And they're not pushed.
Great. Boom! And it kind of rattles Erland's ears as
Yep.
he's in the cavern.
Sorry
You have
about
this sort of booming sonic
Could've been
next to
worse.
him.
You're gonna have some tinnitus.
A little bit of the
Could've been
rocks
worse.
along sides of the walls kind of tick down as the force goes out, and the ghost kind of and it starts to crumple into a little ball on the ground.
Oh!
My oath fulfilled. My service ended.
What?
Should we talk
Did
to
that
him?
sound like
Oh.
anybody?
Buddy,
No. Difficult to discern.
do we need
Thank you.
information from this guy?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Are we out of combat?
No.
My oath fulfilled, my service ended.
Yes.
Fulfilled, my service ended.
Cool. Ghost.
Alright. Sorry.
Okay.
Great. Orba is then... Orba's gonna just hang out, I guess. That's the end of my turn. I'm just gonna
Okay.
hang.
So this valve, by the way, is still
Okay, I guess I can
not
start
on.
moving
Yes,
toward
yes.
it, yeah.
That's why you went in there to begin with.
Right, I'll move 30 feet
So
toward
you
it.
moved 5 already, so
Oh, sorry,
10,
25.
15, 20, 25, 30. Let's
Uh,
do that. Oh my god.
I already moved 5, you said, so I'd only move
Oh,
25.
30 is your movement.
Yes.
There you go. Yes, you're right.
Whew.
We gotta talk.
As
now?
I'm running, I'll be like, that didn't sound too good, and start running to the thing.
And everyone else's like ears are ringing a little bit
Yeah.
from the thunderclap.
Oh, did we hear it? Did we hear it because with the thundercloud, or?
Yeah, it happened
Okay,
after.
yeah.
It got hit by the thunderclap, and then it kind of set it as it was falling to the ground.
When
Yeah.
he melted into a puddle, any evidence?
He
any
kind of
physical evidence?
fell to the ground and it kind of disintegrated into
Okay.
the ground. There's no physical evidence
Got
of
it.
his existence beyond that.
Can I loot
Alright.
the ground?
You find dirt.
Alright.
Nice.
Somebody help me!
Sick.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Beezaura.
Back to the top of the round.
Oh, shit.
Beezaura, Graven, and Safira, give me perception checks.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, I thought I just almost dropped it.
Okay.
Well, I hope I wish I dropped it
Perceptive.
because that wasn't good. 3.
9.
17. There we go.
So Safira would kind of standing at the foot of the threshold. Beezaura and Graven are kind of more focused on what's ahead in front of them, but Safira hears something. She kind of turns her back and looks kind of back in the direction of the Steeder Way, and you see a little bit of that.
Speeders.
No, not spiders.
No.
Rocks kind of skittering across the ground. You saw that earlier in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Beezaura was
Cry.
kind of like, I thought I saw some. So it seems like there's some motion in the tunnel somewhere yet, but you haven't seen maybe exactly where it was coming from.
Okay.
You get the impression that you're not alone in here.
Great.
currently.
I'm gonna kind of, since we're all kind of close to each other now, we're not alone. I saw something. If there are more of them.
If there are many more of the same, we should not linger here.
Okay.
We have enough information to tell them, and we should go.
Okay.
The contract is to keep them all on, though.
Yes.
Contract is for information.
No, it's to keep them.
Just to get them
I
all
think
on
it's
and
to turn
find
them on,
out what.
Graven.
Yeah, just so that I don't mislead you.
Yeah.
Yes, it was both.
I think those of us who can turn them on, and those of us who can fight these things and finish them.
All right, try to stay close to me. I can turn as many undead as get close to me if it gets to that, but we should not dally.
Maybe the malice hurts them, so we should
Yeah.
turn them on. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
hurry.
So we're back at the top of the round. Beezaura.
Okay.
Do I have time to light my mace during that time?
I kind of let you have a conversation,
Okay.
but we're doing it in. We're
Right.
breaking it down into turns because of that sort of.
Okay, so I'm over here. I was here, and this one was on.
This when you left it, it
When
was
I
on.
left it
Yes,
was on.
that's correct. Yep.
And where's the next one after
Will
this?
ship?
Because because they're on their way to turn
Yeah,
that
I'm not
one
gonna
on.
put it. So
Yeah,
this
you don't
is.
have to put it on.
Here, let me go out of. So this is the direction
Right.
that lines up with there. Is that right? Yeah. So the next one would be going all the way back here and then going there or going here. So now.
Oh.
Also, with the lights in the tunnel, how far with my
think I'm
my detection?
So this is as if this was right here. It's hard to see there.
Oh.
So the next
Oh,
ones would be
yeah.
going all the way here or
Ooh.
all the way here. Those are the other two tanks.
That's a lot for my legs.
It's a lot for my little hands.
I'll make it there in like 16 rounds. I mean, I guess. I wish I could like get Orba out of there so she can go do this. I'm gonna.
You watched her kind of disappear around the corner toward the other tent.
Yeah. Can I make it around to her?
Yes, you're gonna start running in the pitch black dark. You're not gonna be able to see.
Okay. You know what? I'll start moving towards the other ones.
Okay.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Great. So Zara
get
takes
hit, I
off
get
down the
hit.
hallway toward the other tanks. There was kind of a team like, break! And everybody.
All right.
Okay.
Ghost is gone.
As Beezaura's running down
The ghost is back.
Beezaura's
Ghost
running
is
down the
here.
hall, and just as she kind of reaches the end of this little area, she hears some of that. And you turn around, and between you and Graven passing out through the wall is another very humanoid-looking ghost. So you can kind of see Graven like through the ghost on the other side. He has kind of a, translucent form as you peer through him. And you see him on the other side.
Since I was on the out, I saw it in what I could, but do I know that I can't hit it?
Erland said silver doesn't work. You heard him yell
Okay.
out. So
Yes.
as far as you have not physically tested it, but
Yeah.
if Erland is to be trusted.
And this looks similar to
That's
the...
a
Yes, he's
loaded
kind of
question.
wearing vaguely different outfit. He looks like he has a robe
Maybe
instead of
he
a
just
tunic,
kept
but
missing.
tattered, not,
Yeah.
yes, largely similar.
Does this dude have same initiative?
Yeah, we're gonna keep the ghosts all in the same spot. And in addition to that one, you hear another sound. Graven can hear it kind of from another tunnel, kind of another emerging creature.
This is so annoying. I just want to fight something.
You have.
All right.
I can't fight with it. I can just give you stuff.
Please give me
Oh
things.
god.
Yeah.
Well, if you start getting hit, I guess I can give it to you before that.
You can
Yeah.
help teammates, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the critical overdraft is magical damage. What does that do? Fire damage?
Is that the final steam
Yes.
one?
If you're
Yeah.
out of,
Out of things. It is fire damage.
so
Dumping out
that is
other
not
shit.
physical damage.
Yeah.
Just start using
Emptying
it,
the-
firing them all. Whatever.
All right. So they appear.
Great. So they appear. This one. So you see it kind of
I'm good.
drift out in front of the little area between the two tunnels, and this one goes straight for Graven, and you see it kind of tilt its head forward and
No!
make a charisma saving throw for me.
Oh, your charisma's good.
Be
Charisma
charismatic.
saving.
Yep.
Go, buddy.
Come on.
Glad it's not mine.
No.
12.
Okay. Could have been worse.
And Graven feels it enter, and he sort of
No!
summons his power to push it out the other side.
Please, God.
And the creature kind of
That's right.
and it stays there. All right, that's the ghost's turn.
Okay. Erland.
Get ready for oblivion.
So it didn't do anything to you.
Can't see that. I'm going to. About how many feet away am I roughly, Matt, from
What?
the other one?
15, 20, 25, 30 feet away from the tank.
Great. I'm gonna just pass Orba. I'm just gonna run up to the tank.
She's gonna give you
Sort
a
of
moment.
vaults off the side of the wall to get around Orba, slides past her earthen hands.
And I assume it's an action to. So I'm gonna.
Just sitting there. Literally, what are you ever doing?
That sounds like a valve.
What are you ever?
Okay, so now I still have 10 feet of movement, so then I'm gonna start moving back.
We'll put you back here between Orba and the hand.
I'm gonna as I'm approaching Orba, I'll go. Got it.
Okay. Start turning around.
Orba's lost in a story.
Yeah.
Okay. Safira, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to. Is there a way that I can try to goad it? Like, is there anything I can do?
Yes,
to
again, you
try
can
to-
do like a feint, which would give advantage against
I
the
would
next
like
attack.
to try to do that in some way, like
Okay,
almost.
you're gonna have to go kind of 5-10 feet of movement to get here, so you can kind of get. Yep.
I'm gonna kind of go in his face, like almost as though I'm gonna stab him in the eye with
Okay.
like a, with one of my silvered arrows.
Sure.
Like I know it's not gonna do anything.
I mean, it does seem. They seem. they're not like aware necessarily that the physical damage does nothing to them. Like they
Okay,
can see the corporeal beings, and like it sees you run, and it kind of follows you with its eyes. So yeah, it recognizes.
That's what I'm trying.
Yeah.
Safira's just, oi! Like,
Yep.
trying to.
You see, it was kind of floating near Graven, and then it sees Safira like whip around him, and it kind of.
She's trying to make herself really big and like keep eye contact with it.
That was the wildest dance move I've ever seen.
Great. Anything else?
She-wolf.
She-wolf.
It is
Graven.
Raven.
So before I get probably hit, my detect poison and disease is still going.
Yes.
It's only within 30 feet of me.
But you can already see some starting to come out of the
Nice.
pipe in the wall there.
I was gonna say like all of our like kind of jumping and whipping around. I guess it's not it wasn't coming out from any other place near that. I was
And
gonna
most
say,
of the movement so far had been inside the cavern, not in the Steeder Way.
but like I don't see Beezaura like running into a big cloud of it
No.
or anything. Okay.
No, turn the
If
other
you
way.
took a cloak or something and you kind of you could get it to waft up.
I go
Currently,
blind.
it's pretty much lingering on the ground.
Right.
Guys, it's
Right.
really dark.
I couldn't see before, but now I really
And-
can't
really
see.
dark.
Recognizing that Safira is doing the same thing that
Yep.
kind of he was doing before, but also knowing that if I do a ranged spell attack against him, it'll just be a normal.
Yep. Yes, because you have both advantage from Safira and disadvantage from being within 5 feet
Yeah.
if it's ranged.
And if I step back, I'll probably take an opportunity attack.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna work up another guiding bolt.
Okay.
And,
In close
Work
quarter.
last time, come on.
And yeah. Orba, come back! and like start to do
Graven?
that.
God.
Yeah, just first level
Are
this
you my
time.
mother?
Yeah, the sounds are kind of intermittent. They're kind of echoing throughout this long Steeder Way hallway, so you hear Graven kind of Orba, and it kind of Orba. It kind of passes by you, the noise.
Great.
Raven?
22? 23.
Holy shit.
to hit.
Oh my god.
Quiet, you're making it harder. That's not what I.
So you do have to roll for damage.
I do.
And was that what level? Just level
First
one?
level, yeah. That's 4d6.
Safira just dancing around like idiots.
Ah,
Do what you gotta do.
ghosts. Be afraid,
9, 10, 11,
ghosts.
12, 13.
13.
Nice.
Great.
Radiant
Another
damage.
blast of radiant damage that kind of lights up the tunnel. Beezaura, kind of having turned around, has to block the light as it kind of.
Now it's too bright.
And once again, next attack roll on it has advantage.
Great. Okie dokie.
And I will stay there.
You're gonna stay in that spot?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, or
Alright, Orba's gonna double back, so she's gonna go maybe 15.
10, 15 puts you there.
Cool, and then can I see, it's hard to tell, what's the entrance to the tunnel? Like, can I see Graven or can I see the monster?
You can definitely see Graven. From where you are, you cannot see either of the ghosts.
But it's
currently.
glittering.
It's around the corner. It's
Holy light.
Okay, shit. I can't see
Even
them.
if she went like there.
no. It's like around the corner of the wall there. I don't know if you
And
can
then if
see
I
those
try to
easily.
pass by them, then they get an attack.
Well, you could pass through me here.
But
That would still be
I'm
passing with. No, it would be traveling diagonally, which you can do. You can move there without incurring an attack of opportunity.
I can?
Yes.
Is there enough? I move 15 feet.
15, 20, 25, 30, it puts you there.
And I still can't see it.
No.
Okay, can I move my hand and have it reappear in that space between Graven and the ghost?
So are you staying where I just moved you?
Yes.
Okay, and then what's the movement rules on the hand?
Oh, I think I can. Oh, fuck. I think I can only move that 30 feet. Shit. Hold on. I'm sorry. What was I gonna question?
As an action...
Yeah, this spell's so long. It might be only on the website.
no, you can cause the... Oh, no, reach for a different one.
It doesn't say anything about moving it on the card. I can look it up.
Or to move to a different unoccupied space within range. It costs an action.
Yes,
But
that's
you
fine.
It doesn't have a range limit. Just
Great.
an
Cool. Just a cast.
Within range of you, which is 30 feet. 30 feet of you.
Awesome. Great. So I will have it appear between the ghost and
Erland hears the
Graven.
hand kind of disappear into the ground, and then where are you having it appear?
Between the that white one, yeah, and Graven. I'm gonna
Suddenly
do it.
very crowded in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
tunnel. The hand
I'm
appears
just
out
like,
again.
am I supposed to still be going or what?
And that is my turn.
Okay. We're back to the top. Beezaura.
Yikes. Okay.
Hey. Nobody else attacks us.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Can Orba hear me?
Yes. It's very other than the sounds of battle, it's very quiet in here. It echoes throughout the tunnels.
Okay.
That absolute cluster.
I am going to do.
So much concentration.
Since I know that she is like one of the most valuable people in this fight, I am
Flattery gets you nowhere. I'd like to flatter Orba from a distance of
Yeah.
40 feet.
Orba, you're doing great.
So, but I'm just saying, like I could give it to anybody because they can all hear me. Well, except for her. But, I'm going to grant an ally that can see and hear me 2d4 temporary HP, then roll 1d4 on a roll of 4. The next attack made against me has disadvantage until the start of my next turn.
Cool, let's break it down again. Sorry, read it a little slower.
Yeah.
So I 2d4 for her temporary HP.
And I
And
roll
did
that.
that say a target that you can see or
that
hear?
I can see or hear.
Or hear. Okay, I didn't know if it was see and hear. Okay, great.
Yeah, yeah,
So you've
or.
chosen Orba.
Oh,
So what
yeah.
does she roll?
I roll a 2d4.
Okay.
Okay.
2d4s.
And what does she get from that?
That's what she gets.
The temp HP.
Oh, you get temp HP in
Yeah.
that. Great.
And then I roll a 1d4 for disadvantage against me.
Great. Perfect. So go ahead and do the temporary HP for Orba.
If I roll a 4, then it's disadvantage.
Once
so.
again, exclamation point. What is it? Homebrew
I'm doing
for
it
the
right
draft
now.
jacket.
Yeah,
Beezaura's
yeah.
draft jacket. Takes a sip and lets out a mighty inspirational roar.
Keep rolling.
Great. One more.
So 5 temporary
5.
HP for Orba.
And
And then if she rolls a 4, the next attack against her is disadvantage. Great. So you hear the kind of roar echo out through the tunnels and a little bit of vigor and inspiration for Orba.
wow. Let me just do this real quick so I don't forget. And then I guess I don't know because then I can't. Well, they could hear me still, right?
Yeah,
We're in a
everyone
little
can hear you.
place.
Yep.
I guess I'll keep going towards the thing.
Okay, great. Was that an action, I think? What was is it a bonus action? I mean, you still have movement.
It's an. Oh.
Flip it over.
No, it's just anytime during my turn.
It might be a bonus action. What is it at the top of the instructions for the draft jacket? Does it say you can take a sip from it as a bonus action or something?
Yes,
does.
it's a bonus action.
Yeah, bonus action. So
Nice.
you can still move
That's awesome.
and you still have an action too if you want it.
Oh.
Which means you could even sprint. So 5, we're gonna have your map appear here for a
Sorry,
moment.
guys.
It's okay.
You
10.
didn't think I could move this quick,
So 15, 20, 25. That was just your movement. So you can still sprint after that if you wish to.
I think she actually comes out
Yes,
on
you're
that
right.
side.
Wrong way.
Ooh.
Wow.
Because I knew there was one that was closer
5,
at
10,
the top there.
15, 20, 25. Great. So that's
yeah.
where you are there.
And then the next one we'd have to check.
So theoretically, this one is still on. Yeah,
Right.
this one is still on.
But that one we haven't gotten to yet.
These two you haven't touched at all yet. Yep.
Oh, but I have to go in down there.
You do.
Oh. Well.
But you can feel your way along the walls if you wish to.
Yeah, let's go for it. What the heck?
10, 15, 20, 25. Great.
Brave
So,
Beezy.
Beezaura's taking off down the
completely
hall.
Just like
there.
scaling
With
the wall.
known enemies.
Can you still hear me, just in case?
Oh, what a life.
Jeez. Okay.
They're gonna think I'm one of those spiders.
They're gonna think you're a wimp. She's like, see ya. I'll tell them what happened.
I'll tell stories about you.
Okay.
The ghosts.
Go.
They will
Roll
sing
to
your
see if that one
songs.
goes to reach you.
For centuries.
Not. Okay. So this one ghost who has not used his possession ability yet is gonna duck forward, and he's just gonna go for the closest target, which is Safira.
Can
this
he move
time.
through my hand?
He doesn't actually need to. He's moving
Safira is
diagonally.
not
through there.
charismatic. Come on.
And he kind of. And you
Why
feel
you
it coming
gotta-
from behind. You see
Why
like
you
the
gotta
ghost
make
head
me do
emerge
this?
from your chest, going
This
through a
isn't
little
gonna be
bit.
any good.
Give me a charisma save.
You know what? I don't want to. Ah! Maybe I do want to. 16. I don't know why I checked. I have
Once
plus
again,
0.
ghost passes through, and you can feel it almost like pulling at your soul a little bit. And once again,
Ew.
focus a little bit. let it pass through to the other side, and it passes through you
Ooh,
harmlessly.
Graven's
mean,
like,
lucky.
exhilarating.
Spear's like, no, I hated that.
Probably
We inhaled incense and ghosts
I have
passed
no
through us.
That was
I have
that
no
one's
charisma,
action,
so.
but this one who has not gone yet is going to make an attack against Graven, who gave the attack last.
Shields up.
Do you still have shields?
Yeah, just bludgeoning.
Oh, you have bludgeoning selected?
Yeah. That's my go-to.
21 to hit. You take 11 necrotic damage as it digs its hands into you, and almost like at first, almost giving you like a tense massage on your shoulders, but then you feel it pinch in even harder, and it almost like tears at the energy within you.
11, you say, huh?
That's a lot.
So I have to roll for my concentration,
Yes, for your
right?
concentration.
What's
But I
the
have
threshold for that? Is it like
It's
The answer
I think
is
it's 10
12.
or half the damage, so that doesn't come into play unless you take a ton of damage.
and there's no like additions
What
or
is
anything,
the
it's just a
purpose of
straight
It's
Other than
a
moving into
I
reality.
think it's Constitution saving.
Oh. That would make sense.
Constitution saving throw. Yep.
Great. I like that. I don't like it. 9.
9. So the pain is a little too much to bear, and to be able to kind of push the ghost back off, it forces you to lose concentration.
Oh
on this.
man.
I guess I didn't tell anybody about how I could see the poison, so they're none the wiser.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
It's Erland.
Okay, so
Run, boy,
such a
run.
useless. There's no way out of there, is there?
You can pass through ally spaces. You can get up there.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just move max distance, and I'm gonna start trying to get down the
20,
hallway.
25, 30, 35, 40 puts you there.
Then I'm gonna dash another 40. I can do that without incurring.
15,
Yeah.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Great. So Erland. So you watch Erland kind of slide and
gonna
duck
pass.
and dodge his way
Kind
through
of
the kind of
following.
cluster of people kind of pushing and
No,
shoving
I'm
and
just getting
digging in,
across.
and you watch Erland slip through and take off down
Cool.
the hall. Wow. Great.
And I assume I see Beezy ahead of me.
Yeah,
there?
you can see her.
Okay.
It's lit down the hall, so you can definitely see.
Always trying to
Okay,
approach
cool.
my territory.
All right, next up is Safira.
Okay, kind of like the more wary this time. She's gonna kind of and try to like do the same thing that she was doing last time. She's like, I don't know.
So this one already has advantage on the next attack against it, so
Okay.
you can distract
I
the
would like
other
to distract
one.
the other one then.
Great, yeah. So that one just kind of passed through you, so you kind of keep its attention a little bit, wave your hands, make sure it can't see the people behind you, so it keeps its attention.
Don't kill us here in the room.
Okay, who's after Safira?
Graven.
Great.
I
Wasting
guess I'm
my
just
silver
using the
bullets.
same thing over and over.
Fine, it's working.
It's working. Alright, yep. First level guiding bolt again.
On the one that you hit already?
On the one that I hit already.
So once again, this is made with,
Just
does that
flat.
end? When does that end?
So it's the end of my next turn.
Okay, so
I
you
do
can,
give
you can
myself.
trigger it on your own attack.
Yeah. Before the end of your next turn
Great.
has advantage.
So once again, this is a straight roll, because you're also within 5 feet of it.
Great. 17.
That hits. Roll the damage.
Another 4d6.
Good job.
Thank you.
Come on, buddy.
Ugh.
God!
Oh my
2
god.
2s and 2 1s, baby.
Oh my god.
6.
Literally, why?
Wow.
Alright. Graven winds up the light once more, this time not able to get the full force of it out, but he does hit it, and you do see it make impact with the ghost, even though it doesn't sort of have quite the oomph as the other one.
Running out of juice.
Ew.
But it's still glittering.
Alright.
That's it for now.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it still gets the advantage, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the advantage is still applied.
Advantage is still applied.
All right, it's me, right?
Yep.
Okay. I can still grab that dude, right? I think I have to leave the tunnel first to get vision of him, but
Yeah, so what is the... What
it's
is
a
the
strength
descrip-
saving throw. It's,
No, what is the... As an action, you can have it crush reaches within
That's when it's
5
already
feet of it.
restrained,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So yes, it's within 5 feet of it.
Cool. So I'm gonna sneak past Graven,
Okay.
get out of that tunnel a little bit, and then let's try to grab that dude.
Great, so it's another strength saving throw.
Come on, baby.
Be shitty.
15.
Fucking saves. I miss again.
Okay.
And then Orba's gonna take another 5 feet back.
Okay.
And that's it.
So kind of the big hand kind of reaches past Graven, vroom, but the ghost floats up a little bit and then drifts back down.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Back to the top of PC.
All right, Beezaura.
What are you doing over there?
Are you running along?
You got 10.
That far.
You got knocked down.
I
10.
got hit for 11. Yeah.
11. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna use up all my yellows, but.
Well,
What do you wanna-
figure out how you can get to overclock?
I mean, I would just use them and they wouldn't have any effect. I would just have drink and spit it out. I mean, like.
So you can do that, right?
Yep, go ahead and use whatever.
I'm gonna do the one that's
Yep.
gonna be effective
Yeah.
first and
Yep.
whatever. So, Graven can still hear me, right?
He can still hear you?
So I'm gonna do the same thing for Graven.
All right. 2d4 temporary hit
2d4.
points.
4.
Thank you.
And then. Oh, I got a 4.
Nice. So theoretically, the next attack against you has
Theoretically.
disadvantage.
Well, you never know if it's gonna
Yep.
pass through.
Yeah.
And I'll keep going.
Great. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I'm so
All right,
close.
you're almost to the edge of the tunnel.
Yay!
Come on, BZ.
And if a ghost
Great,
comes
so-
out and gets me.
So once again, you hear Beezaura's rallying cry from down the tunnel.
Oh
God.
Wow.
Is that another ghost?
Speaking of,
It's
it
this
is
little.
It is a ghost. All right. So, waving her hands a little aggressively, both of the ghosts kind of turn their attention to
Jesus.
Safira. And you see kind of a flurry of hands
Sarah's
reach
kind of like
out
in that moment, like, yes.
as they all
yes,
kind of try to
this
grab.
Is my, yes.
Oh,
This is
they
what
need
I
to see
decided
also.
I needed. Oh,
Okay, so one attack against you is 13 to hit.
13 misses.
Great. Ducks
Yeah,
out
like
away
it.
from a spectral hand. The other one kind of
You know,
focuses
I
its
don't like
energy
that
a
at
little
all.
bit, and it seems like it's sort of regained a little bit of its energy, and it tries to pass through you once more. And you make a charisma saving throw.
Regenerating.
You know what? I am still not
regen-
charismatic.
Regenerating its ability.
Oh.
Batting 1,000 for that.
Come on, Bubba.
11.
11. You watch the ghost kind of reach for you, and just as you duck out of the attack of the other one, you turn a little too late, and
Oh boy.
and once again the limbs start to writhe a little bit. And Graven's kind of watching from the side, and he looks to try and make eye contact with Safira, and she kind of gives you a very kind of blank, morose stare. And that's his action for the moment.
No, I will be the
What
one
does
that
that
is sorry
mean?
soon.
It means that I got possessed.
I'm gonna have to like hit her with
I got a
sacred
little
flame
bit
or something like
possessed.
that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to slap it out of me.
Where'd the other ghost go?
Oh.
You know what? That's a generous word for
Oh, yeah.
charming to me right
I
now.
could try to charm her back.
Yeah, I'm charmed.
It's not a true charm
Aw, man.
condition.
That'd be
Possession
pretty
is-
funny.
It's a charm.
No, it's a possession.
Yeah, it's a little.
I don't feel
Okay,
like
that
I'm
is
a
its
person.
whole action, however.
What happened to the other ghost?
It's next to her.
He missed.
The other ghost.
The one that just charmed her went into her.
Oh.
The ghost is inside Safira,
I
as
didn't-
far as you
Oh,
can
so
tell.
the one that I
ghost is in
hit
me.
twice
Is inside
It's in me.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That's fine.
Okay, it is Erland. Or wait,
Sure.
no. Wait, who's
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
Erland.
I'm gonna. So I guess I saw BZ go into there.
You see her heading for that tunnel, yes.
And this is the one we've dealt with, right?
Yes, you have already.
So I'm just gonna keep moving, max distance. Trying to get to the last one. As I'm running, I'm gonna yell. So perhaps the ghosts can hear me. I'm gonna yell. What is your oath? What is your service?
As you run away.
As I'm running away.
What's your oath?
Service!
Okay, you yell out. You don't have a
So
response.
4 plus a dash, so 80.
Okay, great.
Why are you here?
So people can see Erland and Beezaura
What's your problem
running
with
their
the
way down the
valves?
tunnel there.
Oh my god.
Why you gotta be shutting off these valves?
Okay. Safira.
Oh,
All right, Safira. Safira sort of blankly staring at Graven. She kind of.
No! No!
It's alright, she's right next to me. She's gonna suck.
She's gonna aim it. Oh, she's gonna aim you?
and she's gonna fire her bow at you. I need you to make an attack roll with disadvantage because you're within 5 feet of him.
Oh, I don't
Is she
want
using a silver arrow?
I don't want this.
Wait, hold on. Don't roll yet.
Don't roll yet.
He's deciding to use it.
Well, she's already at disadvantage, right?
She is already
Then
at disadvantage.
never mind.
Yep.
Ah! I do so much damage.
Come on.
Only if you hit.
No.
This one she's gonna.
Oh, okay. So, oh no, but it's like I forget that my 2 hit is so it's 14 to hit.
Oh, you missed.
Okay.
She fires the arrow at point blank range and just hits on the other side of the shield. And you see her you're trying to like connect with her, sort of getting through the ghost to Safira, but she kind of immediately starts to reach for another arrow.
At least I'm close range.
Are those her 4 silver arrows?
No, because she heard Erland say that silver doesn't work, so she didn't grab
wouldn't have
silver.
So she snapped
Yeah.
them.
Well, then I'll never use these ever again.
Yes. Okay, that is
That's correct.
Safira's turn.
All right, you know
Graven.
She's actually going to move also.
I am.
Yep, she feels her feet
I
kind
hate
of
this.
one
She's
foot in
going
front of
with
the other.
the ghost.
And you can
Ghost is
choose to
stealing
make an
me.
attack of opportunity.
Bonker.
But it would
not our
only
friend.
be it would only be something physical
Yes, it would be a physical attack of opportunity.
against Safira.
Yes.
No,
I think I want to just wait and do
I
some
have such a
magical
hard to
attack.
hit.
Okay.
Because the only I can't use like a spell unless it's like something to do with a
Yes.
spell. No, I'm
Okay.
gonna wait. So wait. Oh, she's going away?
25, 30 feet is your...
Wait, I can't like try to grab her, can I?
Nope, not as an attack of opportunity.
Wait.
Okay, and the other... Oh, no, it's not the ghost turn. It's
Safira's
Safira's
not
turn.
home right now.
Okay. Graven.
Now, that was the one that had advantage on it.
Yes.
Does it still have advantage on it?
You cannot target it. It is not...
I have to target Safira.
Yes.
How much damage do I have to do to it to get it out of you, or do I just... I don't have to like put you down, do I?
No,
Like a dog.
I would try hitting me with
Graven's like,
something.
I've been waiting for this.
I've been meaning to test the theory. Let's
Give me a religion
see.
check.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
He's like, should I do a religion?
Oh god,
You're not
I have a
very
negative
smart, though.
modifier. Oh my god, 2.
You don't recall the specific way to sort of possibly excise the ghost from a possessed.
Thanks.
have
Other
no
than
idea.
grab them by the face and scream at them.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I'm just gonna do just a little sacred,
You don't have to
sacred
apologize.
flame.
It's fine.
Okay.
So that one's a dexterity saving throw.
Alright.
She's super dexterous.
Yeah,
Would know
don't
that.
do that.
Shit. Yeah, but I don't
Don't
want
do
to do
something
any.
I can save out of.
Yeah, but I don't want to hit you for 4d6.
Just do it, cause then you don't want me to hit you. For you.
Oh, you don't want me. You don't want me.
We're in a contest, my dude. What I'm saying.
This one is. All right. How about this? Scorching Ray. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray, which is 3 individual rays.
Yep.
And I'm gonna do 2 at that ghost and 1 at Safira.
Okay.
Okay.
And each one of them is a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
So,
So you make 3 separate ranged spell attacks.
yeah, I'm gonna do the 2 against the other ghost first.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I can actually do this. Yep. Okay. 2nd level. So the 2 against that other ghost are fuck you. 9 and 16.
16 hits. Roll
Okay.
damage. And what
So
kind of
that
damage
one
is
Hit
that?
me.
2d6 fire damage.
I don't want to be this way anymore.
7 fire damage.
Fire damage.
Ghostbusters.
So rays go out. First 2 swirling rays towards the closest target. One of them kind of hits the wall, and the other one hits the target, but it doesn't seem like it had a terribly impactful effect on it. It did make contact, but not sort of as
What kind of
vigorously
damage was
as
that?
you'd expect.
Fire.
Fire. Fuck.
Alright, so this one's
this
going at
is
Safira. It's a natural 20.
You have got to be fucking
That is when I roll, good is when I am hurting my friends.
Roll for damage.
Wow.
But I I mean,
So
it's like good
it's
and bad.
doubled.
I mean,
Dude.
what I'm
Or
hoping
you
is
can
this
roll double
yeets
dice.
this
It's-
ghost
that's
out
up
of
to
me.
you.
This better
It's
yeet the
ultimately
ghost out
I'm
of
gonna
me.
roll
Right, that's what I'm
double
saying. Like,
dice.
it's bad, but like
It
it's
doesn't matter.
good.
It
But
has the
I
same
yeet
average
the
outcome.
ghost out of me.
Cozy was like, "Oh, you're hitting a buddy."
Oh, you're hitting that, buddy?
So after the 2
I don't like
scorching
that,
rays
buddy.
go out, Graven sort of gets into a low squat and fires the last
To
one.
add insult to injury.
No.
Oh no. I hope I
What is
will. I
better?
hope I
Oh,
get
God.
yeeted out of
Don't-
the
you
ghost.
It
shouldn't
has
give
the same
me this.
average outcome. It does.
Just roll the dice.
What
That
did
was
you do to
not
me?
bad.
Can't believe.
What did you do to me?
It's okay. 6 times 3 is 18. I get
18 damage.
fire damage.
Ow!
So Ray comes out
It
and
really
just
doesn't even hurt the ghost.
Spicy, huh?
peppers Safira with these
Spicy
fire
hot.
globules as they
Peppers
sear
her.
I had
through
to
the
I had to use my
air.
calculator.
Oh, first time with the calculator.
My little beeper.
I've never even used that stupid spell
Oh,
before.
no.
It's okay.
Ooh.
It was empty.
Can I take that?
Yes. That was terrifying. Okay.
Great. So the
Wow.
sort of hits her with these sort of energy blasts of fire.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Orba's behind you, just like.
Yeah, that's about it. For now.
Anyone home?
Safira just.
Yep.
So nothing
from
happens.
Safira.
Oh my god.
Nothing happened.
All I did was did 18
I'm fine.
damage to her.
And she's still possessed.
I thought it was 19.
Far
Wait,
as you
did I?
can
No,
tell.
you did
Yeah, you
18.
did it right.
I did it right.
You probably need to like kill the ghost within.
Kill. Yeah.
Oh, really?
They're gonna kill the
All
ghost
right.
without.
I should have just done Sacred Flame.
Yeah, right.
Christ has no power here.
Are you done
Power of
destroying her
charisma.
friends?
Yeah, I'm done for now.
Okay.
Okay.
Note to
So
self.
staying in that same spot.
All right. Orba is
Don't do that again.
gearing up here. She sees an opportunity to cast Ice Knife safely, and so she's going to cast it. Let's do a level 1 spell. She's going to cast Ice Knife at the one closer to
The closer
Graven.
one, great.
Graven's like, nobody tell her.
Oh my god. Alright, so an attack.
Because of all burnt.
If we get unpossessed and be like, why am I on fire?
One of the ghosts just had a candle and it came and it was like.
Safira's like, the ghost had a candle?
It was a Scrooge ghost.
That's a 24 to hit.
Wow.
Roll
Alright,
for
so you
damage.
take. Oh no, you just take 1d10.
Maximum
So
damage. 10 damage. The ice knife goes out, hits it, and similar to Graven's fire effect, it connects with the ghost, but it doesn't look like it truly sort of caught its full
That's the
energy.
piercing damage, by the way.
Okay, so that was 10 piercing damage?
Yes, and then it has to make
Never
a
mind.
dex.
It did too.
Oh, that looked like a full hit?
Yes, that did look like a full
Awesome. Okay, well then it's
That
got
was
to
a
do
magical piercing attack, yes, that would be good.
Cool. Make a dexterity saving throw.
3.
Oh, cool. Alright, so now you take 2d6. 5. 11.
11, and okay, so that, when the shards kind of explode,
It felt it,
doesn't
right?
look like the creature totally took the impact of the shards.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, it was 11
Shards.
It was 11 of the cold, yeah.
of the cold, great. Great. Okay.
And Orba's gonna shout, "Piercing, Graven! Piercing's better!"
Magical
saw that,
piercing,
too.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if you have that.
You saw the attacks come
Yeah.
whiz over your shoulder, kind of pinned it back to the wall a little bit.
Alright, that's
Okay.
it.
Alright, Beezaura,
Come on, BZ.
are you just heading for the tank?
Yeah, I'm
Are
just
you
heading.
using any of your
No,
things?
I'm just gonna head.
Okay, I'm gonna do it here one time. 10, 15, 20, 25. So you've now turned the corner into the darkness. So Beezaura kind of rushes in, a little bit of the light leaking in, and then she places her hand on the wall, and she kind of
Spooky.
moves through the dark.
Oh, what if there's
I'm
another
not
ghost
afraid
in
of the
there?
dark. I'm not afraid of the dark.
If there's
Okay,
another
so
ghost
now,
in there,
just to
and
show,
anyone has enough
Beezara's now,
okay.
Beezara's now
But
in the
she's
tunnel,
like-
working her way
Yeah,
towards
yeah,
the
yeah.
tank.
I can't wait till a ghost comes out and it's like, boo.
You're like, you know what?
Okay,
Alright, I can't
We've had
see.
about enough.
the
of
ghosts. Alright, so one of them can't take its turn at the moment, the other one is gonna swoop in. And
Alright, so this one is an attack roll. I will use Warding Flare.
okay,
On
this is
this
gonna
one.
impose disadvantage. Great.
Seeing it come towards me.
Ooh, that was a 19 on the first one. 14 to
Yes,
hit on
misses.
the one. Misses,
Nice.
great. So it kind of goes in and the light goes out and you see its hands kind of sweeping as if it's trying to give you kind of a spectral hug.
no,
And it
no, no, no.
finds nothing on its way through. That is it for that one.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Is the other one going to do anything inside
It
Safira?
cannot do anything.
Great. So I'm gonna seeing BZ go into that one. I'm just gonna use max movement plus a dash.
Yeet.
30, 45.
Can I sneeze it out of me if I just
Yeah,
need
30,
like if you
40. Raven, Erland is
look
almost
directly at
to
the
the
sun
tank
when I
there.
sneeze? Yeah. Would it do it?
So much longer legs.
Just to
Would
put
I
lights outside.
know if unarmed strikes using key energy would? That's not magical, and that's like a
It
later
is
monk
not
thing,
magical,
right?
yes. There is a later monk ability that lets you channel it into magical strings, but...
Alright, it's my turn.
I have no magic. I'll
Okay.
just never talk to spiders.
Alright, after Erland, Safira.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Alright, Safira once again.
No.
Damn it! I should have saved my warding flare.
Go ahead and make an attack
I
roll.
don't want
Against
to.
Graven.
Yep.
Fine. It's alright.
Be bad. I want you to be a terrible. Thank you. That could have been worse. 15.
Miss.
Yay!
Once again, Graven kind of preparing himself for it.
16.
It's into the shield.
What are you 16?
Never been so excited. Never been so excited to miss before. What a
Just
bee.
slowly kind of backing up
Why
in the
is it
tunnel.
backing me up?
Measly
Stay
16.
out of
Out of range of stuff?
being able to shoot
We
things
have ranged
effectively.
attack.
Raven
There is not a ledge.
is next.
Huh?
Graven brings out the shield. I'll deal with you in a minute. And Sacred Flame this time on the guy right next to me, which
Okay.
is a type of save that I will tell you now. Dexterity saving throw for that ghost.
7
Nice.
It will take a 1d8
of
radiant damage. 5 radiant damage.
right. It's hit with the blast of radiant energy, and it gets back up, but it's having a little trouble keeping itself. You can see it kind of almost flickering in and out of sort of ethereal existence as it's sort of trying to struggle to keep itself on the material plane as you blast away at it.
Don't struggle. Give up.
Right?
That's my turn.
Okay. Orba.
Okay, Orba's starting to get really mad about this stupid hand that she's got just hanging out, so she's gonna take it and she's gonna try to grab this little guy.
Strength saving throw.
Yep.
Grasp and family.
15.
Shut up! Saves.
Again, the hand just kind of too slow as it reaches its big fingers. The dose just kind of flattens to the ground and then comes back up.
Strongest damn ghosts ever. Alright,
Yeah,
that's
these
my
ghosts.
turn. I'm gonna stay there.
Okay.
Full action.
Yeah!
Sorry.
Alright.
All right, Beezaura, you have
Let's go,
Finish
bees.
scaling that wall. Get me there. Get me there.
breathing and pushing yourself along the side of the wall, and finally you're feeling rock, and then you feel your hands on the metallic.
On a ghost's.
You grab it and it goes, hey, stop that! You feel the metallic texture of the tank. So you may make an athletics check to turn the tank. No.
12?
12, great. You sort of reach for the wall again.
Oh my
Oh
Sort of
my
letting
god,
yourself-
bees.
Beezy
Great,
the
so you
brave.
have made it to the tank and opened the valve.
That was all my movement?
That was a movement and an action to open. the
Okay,
tank.
so I can't move anymore.
Yes, you can't dash again. Yep. Where are you stuck? Okay.
Ghost.
Ghosts. Alright, once again. This one is going to, after a couple attacks from the back, pass its way through
Son of a bitch.
and go after Orba.
Do I get a? That would be my reaction if I gave it.
It would be a reaction.
No, sorry. I don't think I was gonna do anything.
18 to hit.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. My head's.
Okay.
Oh no.
12 necrotic damage as it again sort of pierces into your shoulder blades, and it feels like
fire
you're
an
trying to
arrow.
shrug
I'm
off
not
like a
trying
deep
to.
sense of dread that's bearing down on you.
Do it.
I don't want.
Wait, what kind of damage does
Necrotic
necrotic?
damage, yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Graven looks back at Safira like, you better fire at me.
Sephiroth.
If Safira ended with a single like
Then,
critical
yeah,
roll,
that would end with then the arrow would be turned on
Not
herself.
talk about my impending death.
Oh my god.
This is the first combat since we've been back. would you like to use Hellish Rebuke? Which I know you forgot.
Yeah!
A gracious
To be
DM!
fair, I do remember doing that when we were playing regularly.
What is it? Is it a save or
That's
is
like
it
my lucky thing.
Dexterity saving throw.
I rolled a 1.
Dexterity
Oh my.
It's a couple of beers.
11.
It's the same as my
It's
other,
your
so
spell
yeah,
save.
you fail.
Yep.
Alright, so you take 2d10 fire.
There we go.
Graven remembering what happens when she gets hit the first time.
Yeah. Doc!
Rebuked.
9 total.
9 total.
He was pretty
An eruption
shaky.
of flame kind of pours up.
Although the fire was not great against
Yeah,
it.
I know.
You said it was 9.
9. Try 4.
So
The fire wasn't good.
you hear kind of a ghostly sort of writhing, but it does manage to keep itself steady, just barely.
Dude.
Wah! And then I have to make a concentration check.
Yes.
Is it just above 10?
10 or half the damage, but yes, still 10. Constitution saving.
11.
Constitution
plus-
saving throw.
Hold a moment.
Negative, do you?
I have 0!
Great.
I save.
Yep. Keeps your concentration on the hand. Great.
Alright. Cool. Alright.
Okay, Erland.
Right.
Can easily make it to.
Yeah. So then I'm going
Safira
to.
Oh no, it's not a
Before
ghost, it's a Safira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ghost
Very
Safira.
different. I'm gonna.
So easy with
Great.
you can see it. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's
Wow.
very clear in here.
I'm like,
Great.
And then I'm gonna do max dis.
Great, so
Max
that was
movement out.
10 to get there. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
And then use my dash action.
You use an action.
Oh,
so you
action
turn
there.
your
Okay.
thing,
And
then Erland.
yeah, I'll say this. There are no trees in here, are there?
No.
Then,
Well, that
yeah,
would be
that's,
nice.
That's much
you know, would add to the ambiance.
All right, Erland and Beezaura have turned the
What is
tanks
a tree?
on. And who's up next? Safira?
Yeah, it's me.
All right, once again,
You know
reaches
what?
into her quiver.
No.
Alright. So I saved a reaction for a war. Is she within 30 feet?
25, 30, 35. No, not within 30 feet.
I can't put impose disadvantage.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
straight up attack roll again.
All right. Bring it on.
Please be bad, please be bad, please be bad. Yes! 8. I mean, sorry, 9.
9.
Can't do math.
Right,
It's
yeah.
9.
That's
Even this time, straight up doesn't even have to hook the shield up. It just
That's just a +7.
So it's like, what you didn't know is I'm not wearing my glasses.
Graven looks at each of the arrows on there, knowing each one is like enough to.
And she's like, haha, you fool ghost. You possessed me. I never hit again.
God. Alright.
This ghost is like, what's wrong with this body?
This one's worse than my body.
Like, this one is not useful at all.
All right, Graven.
If I miss enough times, does it give up?
But then.
Seeing it's gonna take her a second, I'll turn back around and do another sacred flame at him, which is another.
The one next to you.
The one next to me.
Saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
11.
Fail. Okay. So another D8 radiant.
Blow him up.
4 radiant.
4 radiant damage. A beam of radiant energy kind of fills the tunnel. Everyone turns their head, and when they turn back, it's gone.
Yeah.
Running full speed at Safira's face.
10,
Full
15,
30.
20, 25, 30.
Full 30
Here's
feet.
expressionless eyes.
Uh,
They're just staring back at you.
Graven blows up the one behind him.
That's pretty sick.
All right, Orba.
Alright, my Maximilian's Earthen Grasp is out of time, so that goes away.
Damn.
Yes, damn indeed.
Oh.
Hurt the Orba. There we go.
And well, this might be a sticky situation. You're fine, right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I've got plenty of health. I've got as much health as you ever have.
Shut up. You don't need to be weird about it.
In that case,
Okay, Orba's gonna sadly cast Chill Touch at Safira.
She'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
I'll save her. I'm saving some slots.
Hopefully we
16
kill this
to hit?
ghost. 16 hits! Do me dirty.
Well, you want to do... It's only 1d8.
Oh, well, do me as dirty as you can.
7.
That's pretty dirty.
spectral hand comes out, slashes up Safira's face.
It's
Well,
necrotic
unpossess
damage,
someone,
and
guys?
they
mean,
can't
what else are they
regain.
gonna do?
They can't regain hit points.
Wasn't he like cedar
Oh,
or
okay.
some sage?
I was gonna like grapple her, but I don't know if
I
that's.
mean, you might have to. Yeah. And then we can just smack her around a little.
Like,
I'll probably try to go into me.
Oh wait, if I hit an undead target, it's disadvantage on attack
You
rolls?
did not hit an undead target.
I figured I would let you know.
Rules lawyer over.
That's my turn.
Okay. Zara, you feeling your way back?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And you're just as you're feeling the wall, you're starting to see a little bit of the light coming back in from the Steeder Way. And you can just see around the corner.
Okay.
I thought you were going to be in there. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go back in the hole.
Alright, ghost turn.
Okay, Ghost is not going. He's going to remain inside of Safira's
Ooh.
body.
Okay,
I don't know
Erland.
why? I've missed every shot I've taken.
Moving max distance, 40 feet.
Okay.
Um,
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. As you're coming out, you can just see Beezaura kind of emerging from around the corner on the other side.
so now I'm gonna dash so I can see the rest of the party.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
5, 10 puts you there. And you can down the hall, you can see them fighting down there.
And I'll
Graven
sort of,
running
and
at
I'll sort of
Safira.
like, I'll
What
wave
happened?
and say, they're all on. The ghosts are gone.
We need to hold Safira down.
Okay. You hear him say that? Shout that
I'll
one.
take my 30 extra feet.
Oh, Graven.
Beezaura and
Safira's
Erland
gonna
look at
wake
each
up.
other.
Like, what the fuck?
They hear Graven.
What did you say?
Guess we're just gonna hold Safira.
Okie dokie.
Oh, God.
Safira, once again, she's gonna step back.
All right.
I'm
this
gonna
time I
try
can impose
again.
disadvantage because she's within 30 feet of me.
She's gonna step back down the tunnel further.
Is it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No. So she's gonna go far enough to be.
You know
out
what,
of-
you dumb ghost? I'm never getting glasses for Safira just because of this experience.
All right.
Cool.
Just a little bit.
Let's
Alright,
go
once
home.
again,
Let's go to the
reaching into
general
quiver. Go ahead, make an attack.
No, be bad.
It's okay.
Come
As long
on.
as it's not a natural 20, it's fine.
It is not 11 to hit.
Miss!
Graven's just going down the hallway. Ting! Ting! Like each time the arrow comes down.
Know your weaknesses.
Shooting arrows.
Yeah, exactly.
Her actual job.
Wow.
Okay. That is gonna stay there, so right on the edge. There.
4
I
turns
feel
in a row.
Yes, Graven's up.
Graven.
So she's more than
My
30
hit
from
is
me
plus
still.
7.
She's 35
My
feet.
hit is
Yeah.
plus 7.
So with my
That was
full
13,
30,
not 11.
I won't be able to then
well,
try to
so
grab
this
her.
is-
30 would put you within 5 feet of her.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I will do that. I will try to.
We'll put you guys on the map.
Yeah,
So,
I'll
so
try to
right
get
there.
to her and try to just.
Take her down.
Okay.
Is there something different that's like more you can't do anything?
There's restrain, but you have to have like
Then
like a,
just
you know,
grapple,
shackles
so-
or something to.
Be weak, please.
Great. Give
Okay.
me. You have to give me contested athletics checks. There.
Okay.
Athletics.
Let's be bad. Be
So
good.
in the Safira can see Graven coming, and like you have your
nice.
consciousness kind of, but you're trying to kind of resist.
19.
I think it's 3. Let me double check.
God.
But I'm pretty sure it's 3.
That's your modifiers plus 17.
Love it. Love to hear it.
Okay. So Graven kind of. He's sort of holding her there. Yep.
This is the luckiest unlucky die.
Unbelievable.
I don't know what to do now.
Let's give her a kiss on the
Has me.
You see Orba.
Just relax, please.
That was an action.
Yeah.
So you can't do something.
Be nice.
Now what? Any other ghosts?
One
no.
inside me.
None down here.
We need to get out of here.
Okay. That's as much as you can do at the moment.
Maybe.
Alright,
How does Safira look?
She looks like she's taken a hit or two, but not,
Yeah.
at death's door.
Like half ghost, half.
Very ambivalent about everything that's going on. It's really the answer. No expressions.
What kind of armor are you wearing, Safira?
I am wearing leather, like,
Damn.
armor. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I guess what Orba's gonna do while Graven's handling that is she's gonna
Yeah,
run
like
to the first pipe that we had.
Found anything.
she's gonna make sure that this is on. If
Okay.
I have to dash, I'll do it.
25, 30, 35, 30, dash 5,
Wait,
10,
we're on the
15,
floor.
20, 25. 25
He's
hits
holding
you.
up,
Yep.
right?
Great.
Put your hand down. Feels warm.
Okay.
Seems to be on.
I still got guys over here. That's not that Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Bizarre.
Alrighty.
Are you running back?
Yeah.
You make your way out the
Get
tunnel
out
and you
there.
start to trail Erland down the tunnel there, so
Yeah.
you're chasing after him. We're actually going to come out of combat cam because I'm not going to use, because it's all sort of converging on one space here.
Okay.
But we will continue to take turns.
Did I pass where the pipe?
Yes. Yep, you did.
Oh, before I pass it, can I
Reach
just
down.
reach down and
You
feel
do,
it?
and it is warm. Yep.
Okay, great.
Sort of running by, feel the warmth, and keep going. Yep.
Hey, did you check yours, Erland?
Erland's like, yeah, I checked.
Make a deception check.
I give him the side eye. I'm like,
Okay,
For
that was
sure.
Beezaura. The ghost is going to remain as is. Erland.
I have a pair of manacles in my bag. Help me.
How long does
Sure,
what's this
isn't it?
poison called again? Sorry.
Malice.
Malice. Do we remember how long malice makes someone blind?
I don't think you know it that
Take it
well. It's not something you've used extensively enough to be sure
Okay,
about that.
I'm just gonna move max distance in a dash to get.
We'll say within one more movement
Safira
next
blind.
turn, you'll be able to get up to them. Cool.
Make me blind.
That's what I'm gonna use.
All right.
Still not
She
how
gets
long,
to
though.
contest now if it's her turn, right?
She doesn't even have to. She's gonna. Do you have a melee weapon?
Yes.
Great. So you see her writhing, sort of pushing against Graven. She
No.
flings the bow
Just
to
kidding.
the side.
No, I don't. What
And
is a melee weapon? I don't
Takes
have
out.
that.
You have a sickle or
I have a
something.
sickle.
Great. You're gonna try to make an attack. here
Nice
against Graven.
try.
She just drops the bow. so
Yes.
she can make an
Yep.
attack. Okay, I'll do warding flare this
Okay.
time.
No, I don't.
Graven holding her is like.
Yeah.
Like flash of light
Do
goes
I have
up.
to make it attack?
Disadvantage for your
Disadvantage?
side. Yep.
Disadvantage?
Dis-
10 to hit.
10 to hit. Great. Sickle swishes by. Okay.
Okay. In order to, I'm still grappling her, but in order to get something out of my bag, like the manacles that I have, that would be.
You would have to drop the grapple to do that.
All right, then I'll just hold it. Yeah. Somebody help me.
Okay. You're not making any kind of action.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Because I'd have to drop the grapple to do it.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, not to like make. You can make an attack
Head
with a
butter.
grapple. Yeah, you can make an attack with a grapple.
just knock her
You can
out.
make a weapon attack with a grapple. That doesn't prevent you from doing that.
Your mace.
Just a little mace hit.
Okay.
Just a light
just a little
dot.
non-lethal
ahead.
mace hit, which is I don't get any advantage or anything on that, do I?
No.
Okay.
Just knocking
Yeah, restrained is the
okay.
advantage.
Natural one. You're welcome.
Okay. So in the sort of pushing back
I'm
and
not
forth,
welcome. I'm possessed.
Right. Tries to
Please.
swing isn't able to do so.
Hell.
All right, Orba.
Alright, Orba's gonna.
Confirm that the pipe is.
Yeah.
We're not using the map, but
Oh, that's okay. I'm just gonna run to this one now and see if that
Okay.
one's still on too.
I don't think you can make it.
Oh, I totally checked it though.
30, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you can't quite make it there.
Okay.
Okay.
Checking the other one! That's it.
Okay. Beezaura, yeah, we'll say that you're able to. You and Erland are a little ahead of you, but you're both able to get up to
nudge you
where it's
along as
happening.
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are
Jump
now
on his
up
back.
to where Graven and
be
Safira
more
are sort of
efficient.
mired and wrestling kind of back and forth.
Oh, we can see them?
You're up to them. We're
Oh,
not using.
oh,
Yep,
oh,
you
oh.
guys have run up.
I was gonna say, I'm like, wow, I went all that way. Did I hear him say like the manacles and
Yeah.
everything? I'm gonna.
Shout it out.
Can I get them out of his bag?
Give me a sleight of hand check as you attempt, while Graven's moving around, you're trying to rummage through his bag.
Do I have that on me?
Yep.
Oh,
Look at you.
I never even.
It's dexterity
Never
based.
used it. Dirty 20.
Great. She kind of hops up onto Graven's back, and she's like rifling through the stuff. He takes out the manacles. Yep.
Is that my action?
We'll say, what was the roll?
A dirty 20.
20? We'll say you were able to do it quickly enough that it wasn't your action.
Oh,
Hey.
I'm gonna try to put them on.
There we go.
Okay. I need you to make a contested athletics check.
Oh, come on, be
Does
back.
he get advantage?
Yeah,
because
but-
I'm holding it?
Or
No,
disadvantage?
grapple
I need
doesn't
you to be the
doesn't
worst.
actually indicate that. Grappling is
Worst.
mostly used for keeping
That's
someone
hot.
in place.
Be the worst, be the worst, be the worst, be the worst. Okay, what is it again? Dexterity?
No, athletics.
Athletics?
Contested.
4.
11.
Yeah.
Bizarra sort of whirls around,
Stop
clamps
looking at
on
me all
one,
concerned.
I've always wanted to
You're like,
hang
you're
out
not
with
gonna do
somebody.
all
clamps on
alone
the
in
other.
it.
Yeah.
She's
I got
now.
Yeah, I know.
That's really loud.
That's okay. She is now.
I'm just enjoying this.
So it's
while
just her
useful.
hands?
She had her
I know.
hands clasped behind
Okay.
her back. Yes. So she's now restrained as well.
And look at Graven like, now what?
I say we get out of here.
Yeah, why not?
This
I'm
seems to
great
see if the
evidence.
ghost either tries to leave her or we could use her
As proof.
Yes. Glory.
Look what it did to
Take
them.
her! Throw her on your back,
Yeah,
let's
we-
go.
Make sure we. Okay. Everyone, make sure we check the pipes as we go. But yes,
They did say to wait 45 minutes. So maybe we go back to sort of the entryway. A couple of you bring up Safira's proof, and a couple of us stay down here and wait and make sure that everything is still working correctly.
Okay.
Shouldn't we go up there and they stay down here, and just in case there goes?
I'm going to stay. I can ritually be able to tell if the poison is still here, even though it's invisible.
All right.
Erland, let's take her.
We'll take. Yes, and Orba stay with the Goliath.
I'm by the other pipe.
Orba stay with the Goliath.
The pipe is still warm.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. So
Let's go.
I'll help Easy usher Safira.
Sort of writhing in your hands a little bit.
Does anyone? Can I? As I'm walking, does anyone know anything about what this is? Possession? Ghosts?
Yes.
And how does one break possession?
I need right now. Some little bit of time has passed. Who's pulling her along? Erland and Graven.
Erland
and
Erland and Beezaura. I need you to make an attack with disadvantage against Beezaura, an unarmed strike against Beezaura with disadvantage. So as you guys are pulling along,
Oh,
she's
be afraid, Beezaura.
trying to
Be
writhe.
scared. This is gonna be a terrify with disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, be scared.
I'm nervous.
Oh, be terrified.
It should have fun.
I'm like, okay, come
Oh, wait,
on.
what is it? What if I'm just doing unarmed? Oh, okay. 6.
You're right. So
She did not hit me.
No, you are ducking on it.
I'm
Okay.
literally underneath
She
her
continues to writhe as you guys are pulling along, but so as
Yeah, ushering her. Does anyone know anything about possession as we're ushering her along?
Take her to Donovan.
Yes. Take her to Donovan
Why not?
at the gatehouse.
All right. Gonna usher
As
her.
we're along, I need you to make another attack with disadvantage. Erland this time.
You're gonna hit me for sure.
Please hit.
God.
Is that a natural 20?
No. Okay.
I'm all right.
9.
9 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. Once again, they're able to corral her as they move her down.
Will one of these be a max roll if you land it?
She's missed too many attacks.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That would be so funny.
Wow.
Just
Headbutts a max roll.
Shatters.
Blows Erland.
Why is your head
So
so
Erland
hard?
and Beezaura continue to pull Safira down. And Orba and Graven are sorry. What were you guys doing?
I'm gonna light my mace and then immediately find kind of a central spot and sit down and ritually cast detect poison and disease.
Okay. So Graven kind of sits there, and you can hear kind of the struggling as they're pushing Safira further and further down the hallway.
Did you take the ripped thing, or did I have to?
I have the rip thing. As he's doing that, I'll just kind of scurry between each pipe as quickly as I
Okay.
can.
Because
Just keep-
it takes me 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So as Erland and Beezaura sort of get Safira down the hallway a little bit, you finally get to that steep staircase that you guys came down to get into the Steeder Way initially, and finally, just as you're sort of crossing the threshold,
Shit.
you see kind of a separating ghost from Safira as it doesn't seem to want to
Damn.
leave the Steeder Way. It kind of pulls itself out.
Can we stop the movement as we see it start to pull?
No, it pulls. Even if you keep her still, it can still extract itself.
Oh no, I meant if we saw it pulling, if we pulled her back, would it sort of?
No, because it
Yeah.
saw that you were trying to
I
get
see,
her
I see,
out,
I see.
so it extracts itself from
Okay.
her body. So finally, Safira kind of, and as you come back into consciousness, you're like, your armor's a little singed with fire, your sort of nose is bleeding a little bit. And the ghost is going to make an attack against Beezaura.
Oh.
The 3 people who can't hurt it.
Yep.
Yep.
That is a 17 to hit.
Nope.
Great. And it backs up a little bit.
The ghost is back.
Hey, can we hear that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Can we make a run for it? Up the
Yeah,
stairs?
yes.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, you see Beezaura up the stairs. Erland and Safira, as they're standing there trying to decide, it's going to make an attack against Erland.
Snoozy
15
lose,
to
buddy.
hit.
15 misses.
Great.
Okay. Am I on the other side of the threshold right now? Is that the deal?
You were like at the threshold. You can pass over it into the threshold, into the staircase.
I'm going to. Shit.
It's gonna make attack against Safira.
Fuck.
Why aren't you
17
running?
to hit.
17 hits.
I'm so confused.
Drag her out. 10 necrotic damage as it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Still
I'm
up?
just gonna
Yeah, I'm
scream
still up,
down the
I'm still
stairs.
up, I'm still
Let's
up.
go! Move!
We need to destroy it. I'm gonna push Safira past the threshold, and I'm gonna engage in combat with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sort of-
And I'm gonna start again fainting
I'm
to
kinda
help.
Okay.
Stumbling out of
Safira
us.
kind of you stumble back and you kind of sit on the staircase so you can see into the tunnel where Erland's kind of dancing around trying to keep its attention a little bit.
All right. When we hear him yell a second time, I'm gonna start.
All right,
heading
Graven.
towards.
It's gonna make one more attack against Erland here. 13 to hit.
13 misses.
Erland dancing around, deftly sort of just staying out of reach of it, and now we'll say that Graven can see it.
Can I run after it too?
You can, yep. So Graven saw it
No.
first.
I will beep up boo. Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So dexterity.
This one was already hurt previously before. It
Yeah.
was.
Dexterity save.
Did it not get hurt by me at all?
11.
Fail.
Being
by
inside
you
being
were getting
inside
hurt?
me?
Not that you
How
could tell.
dare it?
6 radiant.
I am
Six
offended.
radiant damage. Another burst of radiant light goes throughout the tunnel. And as this one sort of floats down to the ground, it says another phrase that Erland can hear. Erland's the only one that can hear it. Oh, no, Safira can as well, right there at the threshold of the door. Two of them can hear it.
Can I hear it from the top of the stairs?
Give more than you take. Take from those who refuse to give. Oh no!
Give more than you take.
Take from those who refuse to give.
Oh.
And that is where we are going to take a break.
Oh,
We
shit.
just killed those hogs!
Well, we killed his buddies or his bros.
As we go to the break, we will ponder on the ghosts and their message that they've left behind for us.
Wait, Robin Hood was inside me. We tried to kill him.
Robin Hood's one of his merry men.
We'll work on the metaphor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with that, we will go over to our break. Thank you guys so much for joining us for a little PvP combat, first of the campaign.
I think so, yeah.
First PvP.
Well,
we had
I had
the
that
dream
dream
one.
sequence
That's true.
where
yeah.
you tried to be like,
Not actually,
But not physically,
But yes,
Thank
first
goodness
real
Safira has
PvP
absolutely no eyesight.
Dude, what?
Safira was
For
a
a
few rolls
ranger,
away from
Safira needs
lighting
some
Graven
LASIK.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Awesome. We will
Yes.
come back after the break.
Yes.
We'll take a quick break. Feel free to stick around and watch the too long didn't watch from the previous
Yes,
episode. if you
5
wanna catch
minutes
up on what
into the
happened.
Be Right Back video, there's the recap of the previous chapter, which is
Check it
also
out.
available on YouTube, weirdly enough.
Go check it out, please. Awesome. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Hey.
Okay, bye. Chapter 70, A Hint of Malice, our friends reach Navikapura and chat with the locals before calling it a night.
So cutting down on travel times between townships has been sort of a priority among the citizens. The problem was nobody wanted to pay for it. Seemed dead in the water and the Mullifers stepped in. For a long time, Cliff Ironcloud, I don't know if you know who that is.
Heard the name.
A local advocate who sort of works on behalf of the townships. He was very resistant to cutting a deal with anyone who wasn't a northerner.
Bit of a messiah figure, this guy sounds like.
He's very well regarded here, and I would say until he started making some deals with the Mullifers, you probably couldn't find a person to say a bad thing about him. There's a series of tunnels that are being dug to connect the 4 townships of Navikapura.
The plan is to use steeders, aka giant spooky spiders, as the means of transportation through the tunnels, but in order to keep the steeders docile, a poisonous gas called malice needs to be continuously pumped out onto the floor of the tunnel, sitting low enough to only infect the steeders and not the passengers.
So these malice tanks, somebody's been turning them off, sometimes sabotaging them.
What is the contract? What is the contract specifically for? Is it to find out who's doing it, or?
We need someone to go in, turn the tanks on, see if they can figure out who's been turning them off.
Our friends are suspicious of the fact that the Mullifers are funding a system that allows gas to be pumped throughout an entire city.
I'm not saying...
I don't think every pump is in some way related.
Well, what I'm saying is if you were interested in performing an experiment, right? Wouldn't that be a fantastic way to dose passengers as well? I'm saying you're putting people, just random travellers, through a gas chamber that's gonna rule out which ones are the right type to do your fucking experiments on.
Hoping to get a closer look at the tunnels, our friends accept the Advocate's contract in the morning, while Graven visits Donovan Ainsley, a local healer and cleric to one of the meddling gods.
I believe that my god is good. I know it. Deeply and truly. And the question becomes, is the bond of trust between you strong enough to survive the aftermath of the moments when they reach through you to do something that you would not on your own?
Thank you for your time.
Good luck, Graven of Kaluzny.
Soon after, our friends enter the Steeder Way tunnel.
We should establish some sort of defensive formation in case we're attacked.
We won't. This is the problem, though. Even if we all split up to turn them all on at the same time, if we meet again in another place, there will be no way to know if one of them gets turned off. We all need to have eyes on each one of these.
They locate pump number 1 and turn the wheel.
So someone stay here with their hand on this pipe, keeping their face away from the ground, and then we'll go and we'll start to turn on the other ones and keep our hands by the pipes.
Okay.
They fix pump number 2 and turn the wheel.
Well, I've got the evidence, and she'll take out the cloth. It was in the pipes, so...
Oh, wow.
Actually, do you still have that wrench? We might need it. Go get that wrench.
I'm gonna go back at the wrench.
Who's going to watch this one?
I'll stay here.
Okay.
But while Erland, Orba, and Beezaura are tending to pump number 3, Graven leaves his post to tell Orba...
You stay at this middle one.
Okay.
Okay. And then, back down and maybe see if I can cross paths with Safira.
You're heading back to your pipe?
Yeah.
Great.
So I'm
You going down to touch it?
Yeah, and to touch it.
Cold.
And then I'm gonna go, back.
If we leave anything unattended, it's going to get turned off. Anybody who has one currently running,
stay there. We're going back to your post.
Graven stays near his vent as Erland and Orba check out the valve.
just a passing gasp. And as Orba is behind you, something comes out of the wall sort of just over your left shoulder.
An incorporeal creature enters Erland.
15?
15. It passes in, and Erland feels this kind of chill wash over him, and he's not sure what to make of it. It kind of, you see Erland's hands kind of shaking for a moment, and then it passes through him to the other side, and Erland kind of catches his breath. And that's where we're going to end.
No! Get out of here!
So you see a sort of spectral... Yep, sort of spectral.
Why did Cliff Ironcloud make a deal with the Mollifairs? Was the creature in the tunnels sent by someone to sabotage the project? Would Orba believe Erland if he says a ghost made him punch her in the face? Find out next time on Tabletop Notch.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Tabletop Notch, Chapter 71. We exit combat in the Steeder Way as the final ghost, as far as we can tell, has been vanquished. All of the pumps are on, as far as we can tell. But before we dive back in...
Banished Raven did 400 bits at the start of the show, so thank you so much, Banished Raven. Banished Roper, I'm imagining. It's the same color, it's the same kind of name, so if it
Mix
is...
things up a little bit. Was a Roper, now a Raven.
Cool. Love
Like
it.
it.
Love that for you.
Thanks
But
so
thank
much,
you very
Raven.
much for the bits. Appreciate
Love
it.
that journey.
Love that journey.
So, the group in the Steeder Way, Erland, Safira, sort of at the threshold there. Beezaura had kind of ran up the stairs a little ways. You can hear a little bit of the noise die down behind you, so it sounds for a moment stillness. Like, it doesn't sound like continued physical altercation.
We still need to wait this out. I will go back and do as I was.
Yes, we'll did you hear what it said when it died?
No.
Well, the first one said, my oath fulfilled, my service ended. And this most recent one just said, give more than you take from those who refuse to give.
So what I want to know is why it was their mission to shut this operation down if that was their...
Is this Melvin Hogg's actual burial place? Is this
What happened
grave
here? We've got to find out now what happened here because obviously something...
I don't know if we have time to find out what happened here. That's not what the job was.
Well, no, I mean, they ought to. We ought to tell them to at least try to investigate that because there's likely going to continue to be hazards. I mean, or maybe not. Maybe we got rid of it.
Well, we'll report back.
Go talk to the foreman.
And you wait.
We will wait.
Yes, all right.
What was it? Give more than you take.
It was it's written on the...
It's on the memorial statue.
It's what was written on the memorial statue.
Right.
On the
What is
Melvin
it?
Hogg Memorial.
Can I yell down from the stairs?
Give more than you take. Take from those who refuse to give.
Okay.
Why?
I mean, at this point, actually, we're not holding the Safira.
No,
down
I'm not
anymore. We
feeling
can,
great though, guys.
we
That
can-
was not a fun experience.
we
so let
can-
me
I
tell
don't
you.
know what happened.
That was awful. I woke up. Why am I on fire, by the way? You lit me on fire.
I'm just gonna show all their shields with the arrows in it.
Oh, fuck's sake, man. I'm glad I didn't have better aim.
It was alright.
We
Sorry,
do need
but-
to look into getting you some glasses, though. It was really embarrassing.
That's fair enough, yeah. I mean, I thank the gods, though. Good shield.
Where's Beezaura? Are you?
I'm up here.
Halfling, come back down.
And go back down.
We can wait 45 minutes here together. There's no...
I'm gonna kind of try to stand up
You
and
all
like
wanted
fall
answers
down.
about these ghosts.
Well, I just meant, but that was when we thought we had to show Safira's proof. Now that Safira's no longer possessed, we
Yeah,
can
by the
simply
way,
wait this
now
out.
that I'm no longer possessed, I'm assuming I'm still bound.
You are still bound.
Would you mind?
I'll take those back, please.
And if anyone would mind, I don't know, I love this chat, but I'm really feeling like on the edge of my death here, so if someone could maybe help me out a bit, maybe, please.
I'll take them.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Can I have the Bibles first? Though?
Yep.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't have any answers for any of you. If you want to talk
Answers,
to
I'm
somebody...
not looking for answers, I was looking for a heal, please.
Honestly.
Or like that's not
One eyebrow singed off.
You did this to me.
Honestly,
You made me this one.
my energies are a bit short as it is, and if anything else happens this day,
Okay.
I'm more concerned.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I've got a thing.
Maybe wait. You know, we're just
We
going to
could
be
just-
walking around
Oh.
town.
Okay.
Drink it.
Maybe
if
have
you
a
think you-
lie down.
We could take a rest.
We could take a yes. Why don't you? While we're waiting here, how long is
Can
a
we
short
go
rest?
to the
An
pipes?
hour.
An hour.
Ah, shit.
You also couldn't take a short rest while you're like vigilantly keeping an eye.
We
out.
could keep an eye out while
Yes,
she could short
that
rest.
is- yes.
Can we go to the pipes at least and just?
Yes, let's all go to
Okay.
the individual pipes and we'll wait for 45 minutes.
Oh.
So is everyone splitting up to each take a pipe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could we presumably rest while we do this?
No, because if you're like on
Sure,
watch or something, you can't take it.
What about ritually cast something?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I would like to do that for detect magic.
Okay.
And I'm doing it again for detect poison.
For detect magic. Great.
Do I see anything resembling, like, now that we've been down here a bit, do I see symbols that would identify a grave site from where I'm standing?
Give me an investigation check.
16.
16. Nothing of that kind. You don't see any symbols or sort of runes or, freshly dug other than the digging out that was done for the tunnels. You don't necessarily see anything of that kind. Orba, as you're finishing up detecting magic, you from your which pipe were you at?
Middle
let's
one.
say? Middle.
One.
Okay.
That's
great.
one I was on last time.
The one where I can see everything.
Where I'm in between people to protect me.
As you finish the ritual casting, you first reach back. The pipe is warm.
Delightful.
And you take a look around, left and right. And as you look down the hall toward this entrance and into the cavern here that led to one of the malice tanks, you see a hint of magic coming from there.
Okay.
There's a kind of aura on the ground in a kind of circular shape. And it is of the Abjuration School of Magic.
What is that?
Okay. Cool. Is that near someone else's pipe exit?
It's
Sorry.
okay. Yeah, there's someone on the whoever took the farthest pipe. I don't know who that was. But
That's
they are
the
on the
one.
That's the one
Wasn't that-
Saphira was originally on?
yes, Safira. So we'll say if Safira went back there. So you're here.
Uh-huh.
Safira's on the other side, and the magic was being detected there.
Okay. This lasts for 10 minutes. Yeah. Orba's gonna just tiptoe down towards Safira. But looking around. And then she gets to it and she just takes a closer look at it.
You got something here?
I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Give me an investigation check. Around the
Okay.
area. Do it.
Ooh. Yummy. 22.
Yeah.
22. Sort of carefully look around the area. And something sort of sparkling on the ground catches your eye. Something very small, almost at first like if you caught sight of a coin kind of underneath something that sort of just caught the sunlight a little bit and flashed. And you reach down and you pick it up, and it's a very fine piece of silver wire.
Got it. Okay. Anything else?
That's all you find.
Okay. Noted. Alright, I'm gonna take it. And still keeping an eye out for anything else that's glowing.
As far as you can tell, it's the only thing you see.
Alright, go back to my thing. Make sure it's still...
Still.
Yes. Great.
At this point, I also have detect poison and disease.
Yep.
Right. So
There's a nice thin layer of sort of cloudy air.
Poison and
I'm gonna start just kind of
Disease.
I'm gonna just start making like a circular path around to just see that it's all like even.
Okay,
And then-
great. You guys kind of see Graven kind of moving along. So, yeah, as far as you can tell, he's not looking at anything to detect the poison, but
Raven, you're walking around like an idiot.
nice. It's now that it's coming from all the pipes, it's creating this very sort of fine, thin layer, almost like walking through when the ocean when it washes up, and there's that very thin layer of water that sort of splashes up against your feet, just like that.
I've taken off my silver gloves in order to feel.
Sure. Still warm. Everybody's
Pretty much yourself.
Unless there's anything people are doing during this time.
Orba's after like a minute of like thinking and kind of figuring things out. Can she go back to that tunnel and just go back and check either side of the actual like dugout space with the valve and stuff, just to see if there's anything else?
Sure. You peek in there and
Okay.
I'd lump that in with your investigation.
Okay, got it. All right.
Do we see Orba snooping around over there?
Mind your business.
I'm gonna say that you are probably in the other tunnel. So no. Cool. Safira definitely did. But
How much more time do we have until the time's up?
is there anything you want to do during this time? Because we will allow the time to pass.
I might cast that again over 10
Sure.
minutes to
Just
like
to make
check
sure,
again.
yeah, sure.
But
And the time goes by. You guys wait about 45-ish minutes. No other sounds and sights as far as you can tell.
Could I also have refreshed
You
detect?
do so. Nothing new. It's still there, but nothing new. It remains there for the duration of...
Oh, I couldn't take the. Did I not grab the silver wire?
No, the aura of magic remains there.
But I have the silver wire.
Yes. Picking up the wire did not affect the magic that you detected. Remained there on the ground.
Okay.
Should we start making
Give me an
our way?
arcana check.
Okay.
Orba's like in this one area.
I'm like, I want to get out of here. I can't really do much, damn.
Arcana. That's a 19.
19. As the time kind of passes, you kind of think, and you're sort of racking your brain through some of the texts and tomes that you read, and you do recall a piece of silver wire being a spell component for the alarm spell.
Yes. I do have that spell, actually. I have the spell scroll.
Yes, I do remember
Alright.
that.
Cool. Where are you? Other tunnel?
Yeah, he's in the other
yeah,
tunnel. He's like
just
across.
kinda
Was that at the
Back
place
one.
that we had where we first saw that first ghost, or?
No. It's going into the opposite one.
That was into the first tunnel we ever investigated.
Yes, but that's not the tunnel that you guys first got attacked by the ghost.
Right,
Yeah.
but it was the first one we traveled
Yes,
through.
it was the first one that you traveled through, yeah.
Okay. Go.
Orba?
Can I
You have to
peek
walk
down
through the
the
other tunnel,
tunnel?
but you
Yeah.
can, yes. It's not far.
Hey,
Yes.
question for you. Are you able to, like, disarm things or detect traps or anything like that? Today?
Not
Tomorrow.
perhaps yes.
Well, I'll update him on what I found. Well, I found the first tunnel that we went through, there could have possibly been an alarm spell set up. I didn't detect any other magic, but I found a component, which means that somebody intentionally did this, I think, or maybe the ghosts are unrelated. Probably not, but who knows.
I don't know if I'd be able to tell much more about it than you.
Do you believe you could find other things? Maybe there's other traps that we need to disarm in order to get the bounty? If not, that's okay. I just want your input. You're clever. You don't got to. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We can tell them they should hire us for a second day of work because there's also stuff to do.
Spell merely reveals that a trap is present.
Yeah, you
don't
can't even
learn
tell
the
like where it
location.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just like
And you
I can
do-
tell that there are traps in
And you
here.
learn the general nature of the danger posed. So
You would not be able to be like, okay, there's also a trap there.
Yeah.
No, you just are like, yes, I can sense the presence of traps.
I
Where
think
are my spell scrolls?
the
That was a
fact-
disappointing spell.
Yup.
Nobody move.
That's not the answer I was looking for.
Everyone stand still until forever.
Until something happens.
You guys remember those bear traps?
Yeah, I don't think I would know anything more about it than what you have just told me.
Okay. Because I'll take out the alarm spell scroll, actually. I have the spell itself, so I know about it quite a bit. So somebody, like I said, intentionally set this thing up, and they're pinged mentally that it's been set off.
So you don't think it has to do with the ghosts? You think it has to do with somebody knows that there's been a disturbance here?
Correct. And again, maybe the ghost coming is just a coincidence, but probably not. Which means, are we looking at like a necromancer of some kind?
I don't know.
Okay.
They had an oath to something or someone.
Sure. Would I know if like an oath could mean just like a magical control over a spirit of some kind? Is
Be
an
more
oath
specific. I'm not sure what you mean.
Oath is like bound by what I'm imagining would be somebody making an oath in their previous life when they're alive.
I mean, yes, you're right about the sort. The ghost just said he had an oath.
Right.
There's no way to infer his intention beyond
Can you
that.
elaborate, Sir
Yeah.
Ghost? Okay.
I mean,
Were you lying?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the technical
Bring it
nature of an
back.
oath, all he did was say he had
True.
an oath. There's no way for you to know
Alright, fair enough.
what the terms
Okay.
of that were.
Say.
Well, I guess we tell them that somebody intentionally was doing this.
I don't see any reason to leave out anything that we've learned down here.
Okay.
Maybe other people will.
Hogs had a daughter, yes. Maybe she's magical in nature. This is what I
Maybe
do.
she's dexterous.
Maybe she has a jazz hand.
Right.
You know what I mean. And Orba's gonna turn and go to her pipe one last time and check it.
And the time passes by uneventfully. Nothing else appears.
Right. Anyone? Anything?
Erland's voice kind of down the hall.
Seems
All good.
seems
Yeah.
fine.
Right. I think we should report back and get on with our day then. Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
They're gonna need another bath.
You wait, it's a sort of threshold of the staircase for everybody to kind of get together, and then you all march back up the stairs.
I was saying to Orba, I don't think there's any need to leave anything out of what we've learned here.
I
don't
agree.
think so either.
Right?
The more information, hopefully, the better.
Right.
Alright.
Are we all on the same page?
I think
This is
so.
our first time for everything. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Why would we want to split up?
The magic
One is
of
good.
Navikapur.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Where are you guys headed?
Just heading sort of back up to where we met.
You make your way back up
Martin.
to
The monument?
Yeah, I believe he said he was meeting you at the tavern, not at the memorial. Yes.
Alright.
You get back up to the memorial. It's just as empty as it was before. There isn't really anything going on here. There's some people cleaning again. They're keeping it very.
It's,
Sorry.
it's very plain in there except for the statue.
Yeah, it looks like there's. You can see, like pushed up against the wall, rows of chairs that aren't being used. It looks like maybe sometimes this place is used as like a meeting hall or something. Like, but right now it's totally empty with the exception of the statue.
And there's like no other plaques or.
Not besides the one on the same one with the saying.
Yeah.
Do you think we should ask one of these people if he's buried here as well?
I was just thinking that. There's one of the people like cleaning.
Yeah, there's people cleaning.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I know this is the memorial, but is he buried here?
Mr. Hawks?
Yes.
No, over at the Navika burial grounds in Nakuzi.
Right.
Got it.
Is anyone buried here?
Not to my knowledge. He sort of leans in a little conspiratorial. Do you know of someone buried?
No.
No, just
No.
typically memorials are sometimes marked grave sites.
Oh, no. Just memorializing his existence.
Was this location particularly significant to him, or?
Just central, and he was from here, from Nagawas.
So not
Oh.
the site of a battle or a hideout of his or anything.
No, to my knowledge, most of his fighting was done on the road.
I see.
Right.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you. We try our best. We're very proud.
Does his daughter come by a lot?
No, I've seen her around, but I haven't seen her here in a while.
She must not live nearby then.
She does, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I meant she doesn't come to the memorial. I've seen her around town.
Where does she live in? Here?
She does, yes. Nagarwas, and
I'm
it's
sorry.
right
In this-
here.
so
in this place that I'm standing right now.
Damn
She
it.
lives like right
There's
in this
so
area.
many
Here, this
knobs.
great area.
There we go. And he describes the north end of town. If you take the road heading north, it's the last house before you leave Nagawas.
Right.
This one. No, this.
That's correct.
Sorry,
yes.
it's upside down.
You don't
Okay.
have the map, but
Yes.
you take Erland's map and you point at it.
Did-
Her name is Luann.
Llewellyn.
Did
Louis.
Melvin have a tight circle of bodyguards or any kind of.
I believe when he went on his missions, he had
people go with him, yes.
But there weren't a particular small crew of his.
I think there was, yes. I think he had a group that he would travel with to rob and steal from the Broken Crown and the Emperor forces.
Do any of them still live?
No, I believe they've all passed on at this point.
Cool.
And what does Llewellyn do?
I don't know, actually. She's lived mostly off of what her father's left behind. Which might have been substantial, I imagine. He was a noted thief. In the good way.
Sort of defends him. He doesn't want to be seen talking
The best
shit about
type of
Melvin.
Right, thank you.
Yes. Come back anytime.
Thanks.
Do I still have detect magic up?
Sure. If you sort of refreshed it as
Anything?
you were not in here, not in
Okay.
the memorial, no. Not that you can see.
Okay.
Weird pitch. What if, before we went to turn in this contract, we went to talk to her?
If she'll see us.
What would that?
Do you
We
think
are
that
strangers
makes
to her.
any
What would that do for
difference?
us?
Well, the reason I'm saying it is because if it is her, right, if she's involved with interfering with this, she might be willing to maybe pay us more to not give them the right information. And the reason
All about the money, I see.
Well, no, it's not about the money. I want to know what's going on because I have a suspicion that, look, I know that I'm maybe easily being emotionally manipulated a little bit by the cute, memorial and the cute is the wrong word, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm not sure.
I think the more information, the better. Yes.
What I mean is, it felt like they were actually trying to protect something, right? So maybe there's a reason that they don't want this Steeder Way to pass, and if maybe there is some sort of nefarious something going on that is trying to prevent, I want to give good the chance to prevail, basically. So maybe we go to see this woman first if she'll see us. If not, we turn in the contract, no sweat, I suppose.
Your conscience never ceases to amaze me, Safira. We
Yeah,
could try.
I know it's a pain in everyone's ass, including mine, so yes.
Honestly, I don't know whether we bear good or bad news, so...
Yeah, I mean...
Is she going to be a little intimidated that 5 strangers just waltz up to her house and ask, hey, you put a thing in a thing?
I suppose we can be friendly.
Did you just want to go speak with her, perhaps? Just one of us?
Or somebody else?
Talking? You want me to
I'm
do
the
talking?
ideas person.
No, I'm seriously asking you guys because now we've been traveling together for some time. Am I the right person to do the talking?
Well, you do have a certain nobility.
Can't wait to hear you finish the sentence.
You do have a certain-
Nobility was not the word I was waiting
or
for.
you have your strong
Nobility. That's
moral.
really-
You have your strong moral
I've got a
compass.
stick up my ass.
I've
is what
got
you're
an
trying to
idea. Her home is all the way north in this area. Why don't we all just go, see what it looks like, and draw our conclusion there. Somebody can go knock, we can all go together. She might not even be home, who knows? And then we go turn in the contract because it's on the other side of town.
Alright.
That's fine.
And the town is small also.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
walking from end to end in this town is like 10 minutes, not even.
Let's go and make it quick.
Give it a try.
You guys exit the memorial, back out into the sort of
My goodness.
center of Nagarwa.
Sorry.
Done.
In and out, $200. Let's go. 250.
And you guys sort of take the path and you head north this time instead of going back south, sort of towards the inn sort of area that you're a little more familiar with at this point. You sort of take the northern road. And as you're walking along and you're heading in that direction, a couple things catch your eye. First of all, as you're walking along off to the left, you see what is probably the biggest building that you've seen so far in Nagarwis, with the exception of maybe the memorial, which is a larger stone building. But this one is also very, very large. So as you're reaching the bend in the road here, you look off in this direction and see this very, very large building up on your left. So as the road's kind of bending to the northwest, it has this kind of cobblestone path that leads off in that direction. And it's sort of obscured by a couple trees in the way, but the size of the building, you're still able to see the entrance to what looks like some kind of courier center service of some kind. You see carriages and horses moving in and out of that direction along the road, moving back and forth. You get the impression that this might be something that you've heard of, the mail house, which is sort of this very large postal center in Nagarwa. So you sort of clock that on your left as you're moving it, and then you continue down the road in the direction of Llewellyn's house.
As I'm walking, is this about like a mile stretch? Like, what's the distance you think?
Probably isn't even a mile.
Okay.
Yeah. And it takes you to almost the north end of town before you see the place that was kind of described to you as potentially Llewellyn Hoggs' house. It's very modest, surprisingly so for the daughter of kind of a local hero, especially one that apparently made his name through theft of wealthier individuals. You'd think maybe a little decadence, even if it was just a bit of indulgence. There's kind of rusty farming equipment dispersed throughout the property that looks like maybe it hasn't been used in some time. It looks like the yard could also use a good weeding, as if it hasn't been tended to. Its location directly opposite the kind of vast acreage of crops out there gives it a nice kind of open view of the surrounding area. It kind of strikes a balance between being part of the town while also being comfortably sort of on the outskirts if you don't want to constantly be, running into people throughout the town. And you see the house there as you kind of come up on it. It has a red shingled roof, again, sort of looks like not dilapidated, but not terribly tended to, as if someone was sort of making sure to keep up appearances in that.
Alright, who wants to break the news to her?
Honestly, maybe the state you're in will get a little pity out of her.
Yeah, okay. Safira kind of like makes herself look more like
I'm still possessed.
She like drags her feet to the door,
Unzips her jeans.
I'm gonna kind of unzips her jeans.
Like like when you're like, no,
why?
Get a big meal?
Yeah, like a big meal.
Why Llewellyn? Am I trying to romance her?
Hi, it was a bad
She
joke.
shows up naked. I don't know that way.
I'm gonna just kind of walk up.
Jeans are unzipped. She's like, your dad sent me.
Oh no! Oh dearest.
We don't know what she's into.
Llewellyn?
Please just.
I'm gonna kind of walk up to the door and just give it like a gentle like
family
knock.
show.
And as you're kind of approaching the porch, again, the house doesn't exactly say go away, but it doesn't exactly say come in
Right.
either. The shutters are closed. There's no kind of defined path up to the front door. It's just kind of crunchy grass that you traverse across. And you knock on the door. Sort of wait a moment. And you can hear a noise from the inside. It sounds like someone's inside. And a moment passes. And the door opens. And a woman in a blue tunic answers the door. She's muscular, and she has dark hair that's sort of middle parted and draped down the sides of her face. It's almost like she's peeking through curtains, like they cover the sides of both of her eyes.
She's the cute.
She has a dour expression on her face. And she opens the door fully, instead of just sort of peeking out, as you've seen some people do as they're sort of unfamiliar with who they're speaking with. She's not concerned or perplexed by the sight of a stranger at her stoop. Who are you, then?
My name's Safira. I have sort of a weird question for you. Do you get down to your dad's memorial much?
No.
Okay, so we found something weird. Do you know about the Steeder Way path, that stuff that's being built?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yes, so they were constructing it. There was a hitch in the construction. You haven't been down there, have you?
I haven't been in the memorial in some time.
Right, okay. So we were contracted. My
She sort of
friends,
looks
sorry,
by you as you say we.
I have friends. We didn't want to bombard you at your doorstep because that seems, I don't know, rude or
Sure,
weird.
that's fine. Get to it then.
Okay, so we were contracted, right? There was a snag, basically. They've got these valves, they are malice sort of things, and they've got to dose the spiders to keep them docile. Look, I'm getting to it.
Oh god.
I told them not to let me do the talking, and they didn't listen. There were ghosts down there, right? There were ghosts down there that were turning the valves. They didn't want the malice to be there to make the spiders docile. I don't know what.
Alright, what's that got to do with me?
I don't know. It might not have anything to do with you. But
Then why are you here?
Because we're trying to understand what happened, and we think that there's something magical down there. Someone was probably meddling with it, and I want to know their side of the story. Now, if that was you, I'm willing to not take this information necessarily, to get our, winnings from this contract, if basically you want to stop this thing for a reason.
Make a persuasion check.
Can we hear everything?
No, we just see her
think
going
we hear
like
a lot
this
of
a
this.
lot.
This is so scary because it's been so bad. Oh my god, and I'm not persuasive at all, am I? I know I'm not. 5.
I don't know anything about that, so go ahead, turn in your contract. It doesn't matter to me.
Right. Okay. Are you sure you don't know anything about it? I really.
Yeah.
Can I do an insight check on her?
You can attempt to see if she's lying. Make an insight check.
This is your first insight check? You know what?
No. Ever?
No. Maybe.
No, she's very trusting.
Oh my god, I hate myself. Safira, why did you let me do this, guys? 10.
She has kind of a severe expression on her face, and as far as you can tell, she doesn't budge at all. You don't get any kind of sense of hesitation, or you didn't see any kind of eyebrow raise or anything when you mentioned the ghost or anything to that effect, so...
Okay.
May I approach?
Yeah, seeing the body language going on up there.
Give me a perception check that you can even necessarily tell.
Okay.
Sorry.
You can do it. Yeah.
Do we want him to?
10.
I thought that was a 1.
I don't I mean, as soon as she opened the door, Llewellyn was pretty severe, and Safira's just talking. There's nothing, as far as you can tell, nothing's going wrong.
Yeah.
And you can't hear what she's saying.
Can I kind of if I had my hand behind my back and I kind of make a signal to have someone more persuasive?
What's the signal you're making behind your back?
Literally
Go ahead and, yeah. Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh my god.
Oh no, guys! No! Why did I do this to myself? Wait. Dirty 20.
Wow.
Safira sort of.
Go off and
Safira takes her bag and she kind of shifts it on her shoulder, and as she's doing so, kind of does the little hand signal behind her back in one smooth motion, so it doesn't look like she made a particular effect of any kind. You notice?
It's the smoothest I've ever been.
Graven's gonna sigh and start to walk up towards.
I'm gonna start to walk
Okay.
also.
Sure. Erland and Beezaura, you staying
We'll
behind?
stay behind.
Okay.
So you don't mind if we would maybe ask you a few more questions just so that we have more of an understanding? We just want more information. So if we are going to hand in this contract, then we want to give them as much information as we can.
Haven't you already done what you came to do?
Well, not entirely. I was going to ask you something else. So the site of the memorial itself.
Yeah.
Has anything happened there that might, I don't know, cause spirits to be attached to it?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
You guys are up there at this point.
We wish no ill will towards you or this district in any way.
Okay, yeah,
We were
I believe
here.
you.
When we were attacked by spirits underneath the memorial, they invoked your... I don't know if it's your father's
Motto
or...
What motto?
They said,
the one on the sign.
What was it?
give more than you take, and take from those who refuse to give.
Alright.
We were just wondering why, I mean, the reason we wanted to talk to you is because we thought it was curious that the spirits were saying that.
My father's a local hero. Everybody loved him. There's people who repeat that motto. Obviously, you see it on the monument.
You don't seem to be surprised that that reach has gone beyond the grave.
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about Beyond the Grave. I'm not a necromancer, not spiritual, nothing.
Does that seem true?
Give me that subject.
She opened the door fully, right?
Yeah.
Can we, from where I'm standing, see into her home at all?
Like a tiny bit. Like you can see a staircase. You can't
There's not
She came out. She's not like
She's not like a necromancer altar.
No, there's like a pentagram and carved into the wall behind her.
Natural one.
Natural one. Yeah. Again, as far as you can tell, she hasn't changed her demeanor at all. She hasn't. I mean, she's standoffish, but not in. And she doesn't react to anything in particular that you've said.
Do I see anything on her person that's does she have any spell books or tomes or any things on her person?
No.
Orba's gonna take out the wire. Do you know what this is?
Looks like a wire.
Do you ever use stuff like this?
I've hunted before, set traps with wire.
You don't. What kind of traps? Like physical traps? Or
Yeah, like hunting traps.
magical
Yeah.
traps.
No, like traps for animals.
Yeah, but you ever made the magical trap before?
No.
Are you magical?
No.
I tried.
One more question. So the Molifers not liked around here, right?
Yeah,
And they're funding this Steeder Way.
that's what I heard, yeah.
And it's the God, what is the name of the people? Advocates. It's the advocates that are making a deal with Molifers in this case, right?
Yeah, I guess Cliff came to some deal, sure.
Do you know Cliff?
I know of him, yeah.
I'm kind of wanting to meet someone who knows him personally, honestly, because he's so, widely spoken of.
Never spoken to him personally.
Do you approve of the deal?
I'd rather they didn't.
Right.
Even if it meant the benefit of having the Steeder Way.
Steeder Way means nothing to me.
Oh, I thought it would be, at least convenient, right? I mean, it's a fast way to travel between cities. Doesn't that help with sort of the economy and such?
There's already ways to travel between the townships. I don't need the Molifers funding something for the Northerners. It's not important.
Right. What is it exactly that's, if the money's going to the advocates, if it's paying for local labourers, right, to build this thing, then isn't that of benefit?
Yeah, but I think the deal had some kind of arrangement that the Molifers are getting something. I don't know what that is, but what they're ever getting, I don't like it.
Do you think that the advocates felt like their hand was forced, or that somebody at the top is getting?
You'd have to ask them.
Do you know anyone that we could ask if we were curious?
About what?
Any of these things that we've asked you about, the ghosts, the advocates, the mall affairs.
Celis in Naupa is Cliff's right-hand man. You could talk to him.
Do you know where he lives specifically?
Sure. She describes the location
Ooh,
of Celis's place.
You did it.
In...
Oops. This is Naupa.
Actually spelled it correct.
Where's my map?
Oh, I already have that. This is Naupa, which is the westernmost city. Let's
Yeah.
actually blow that up a little bit. There we go. And she describes the location of Celis's place. Just make sure I have the right spot.
Dude.
It is right here, these two little structures, sort of separated slightly by this little field.
Like right in that bend.
Yep.
Zealous. How do you spell that shit?
S-E-L-A-S.
It haunts my
All of those
dreams.
words correctly without referencing anything.
You're basically a native Navikaporan. You know how to spell.
And that is completely true.
Has there been any whispers of like a resistance or any kind of movement against what's happening with the Molifers and the construction?
Not that I know of, no.
Well, you should be careful the next time that you go to your father's memorial.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
I know that there's some presence of the,
This is a lot of questions, not
I
just
know,
one
I'm
or two.
sorry, you're right, and we should honestly be going soon. So I promise it's not going to be much more of your time. I know there's some presence of the Broken Crown here, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys know there's no presence of the Gentle Void, is there?
There's tons of Gentle Void.
Okay.
Gentle Void all over Navikapur.
Well, sure. Do you have good interactions with them? Do you know how people feel about them generally here?
Sure, they're fine.
Okay.
The Gentle Void has mostly labor guilds up here.
Is the Gentle Void something that, would people call upon them for help here?
Maybe, yeah, if they needed help and didn't want to go to the crown.
Right. Okay. Alright, thanks for your time. Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, sure.
As she closes the door, I'm trying to kind of not have her hear me, but she's lying about something. No.
You could definitely talk to them as you're getting up, like you're walking back from the porch.
If anything, she may have been lying to just stay out of it, is what I got out of it.
Could be.
Not that she was ringleading anything.
I mean, yeah, maybe not.
Did she know anything?
Those long faces make me think no.
No, I mean, nothing really. I mean, we did, She told us we could ask questions to Celis, but you were going to see him anyway, so...
She seemed generally
Questions?
not happy to talk about anything to do with
Questions
the memorial.
to tell us
or-
about what in particular?
Oh, well, I was asking her generally about, how people are feeling about the deal with the mole affairs and, how she was just saying, look, whatever the benefit of the Steeder Way may be, she prefers the mole affairs don't get anything. So she does seem to be against the building of it, but that's hardly enough evidence to, convict her of being a necromancer.
And I imagine not even just specifically that the mall affairs are doing something and that their money is here, but that if there is money here, that it's being spent on something that does not benefit the locals. The
And
Steeder Way is
possibly-
probably much more about the wealthy people in the Far East and the Far West being able to...
Come in and out as they please.
I think it's less about coming in and out. I think they're trading.
Right.
I think it's,
What if... Correct me if this is crazy, but what if the advocates are sabotaging it themselves? Like,
I was thinking that as well.
boom.
suppose it could be.
Why would they even...
Well, if
If
you
they're
get
getting
people...
paid to do it,
Yes.
Yes.
but they don't want to do it, then they set up a way for it to not happen and still get paid.
Yes, they don't have to pay for a thing.
But
They
is it
sabotage
likely?
it to a
But
point.
this was high level stuff, right?
The
This
alarm
was-
spell?
No, not the alarm spell. I mean, it was. I mean, look, maybe it wasn't anyone who set these ghosts out to do what they were supposed to do, right? Maybe those ghosts were just protect. But why would they do that, though? What's their motive? Why are they held
That's-
in that place?
That's why I'm saying it was somebody doing it.
No, exactly. But do you think that one of the advocates is really a necromancer?
Well, why does it matter?
This is a very powerful wizard.
I suppose that's true.
We've done the contract, we've done what's required of us, and we all have something better to do in Nivikapura, do we not?
Yes, let's go talk to Sam.
I agree.
Yeah, I
If
think
we've
we should
done our
turn
part
in
and
this contract
none
and
of this
go.
affects any of us,
I
then we
agree.
should just move on.
But 5 gold says it's the advocates sabotaging it for themselves.
I was on your side with that.
Oh no, I'm just introducing
I'm not gonna
the
bet
idea.
against myself. Just to be clear, also, just because it's been said a couple times, you don't have to be a necromancer necessarily
Right.
to have a bond with a spirit or something. Like,
right.
yes,
Like-
that is one explanation for sure, but yeah.
You're a necromancer.
It's not guaranteed that a necromancer was. Yeah.
Okay.
5 gold.
I have necromanced in my past.
Right.
We all
So the-
necromanced in
So the
college.
truth comes out.
So,
Let's go see
Let's
the foreman.
go to the
Yep.
tavern then.
You guys make your way back to the inn at Nagarwas. And sort of sitting there in the corner, he looks like he's kind of set up a little kind of desk for himself as he was waiting for you. He's got kind of parchments put around, and he's got a sort of pen that he's dipping in ink and he's writing. Is the foreman. You see Mr. Bowley sort of over there in the corner, and he sees you as you come in.
Martin, hello.
Ah! Well,
good news and bad news. Well,
he
the
sort of puts his pen.
the valves are all good, operational, all on now, which is good.
That
We
sounds
did.
like excellent news.
It's great news, but we did run into some spirits that were quite upset. That was the possession feeling that one of your men had. Yeah, that was real. That happened to me. Not fun at all.
They're trying to turn off the valves.
I'll show him, I took the wrench, I'll sort of show him this
I
wrench.
have the cloth.
So I found this wrench was used to unhook one of the, I'll describe which valve it was used to unhook the valves, and this cloth was sort of shoved in.
Yeah, okay, be careful. It was in the pipe though. Don't sniff it too much.
Sort of takes it.
So I don't think that perhaps that was the ghost specifically, or the ghost possessing someone to do something.
Are they gone now?
The 3 ghosts have been...
The ones that we interacted with all have been destroyed, and we left 45 minutes after the valves have been on.
This is excellent news.
The
But
ghosts...
we fear that they may come back.
Do you have reason to believe that?
Yeah.
As the ghosts were sort of disintegrating or whatever, one of them said, "My oath is fulfilled, my service ended."
Good news.
And the other said, "Give more than you take from those who refuse to give." So perhaps men of, Hogs, your local hero.
I'm not sure if anyone died there at that memorial, or it's possible that, one of your men or someone in the Advocates or something is trying to sabotage this? I mean, I'm sure that there are plenty of people who don't want this Steeder Way built. But you're gonna have to question people because someone's doing some kind of magic, or someone who has a bond with the spirit is telling it to go screw with this, so...
Well, it's largely good news, thank you. And I'll have to mention that you thought that the spirits might come back, and maybe we'll have someone go down there before we send the laborers back.
Well,
They don't seem to want to harm... I mean, look, unless we were obviously trying to kill them, so they had reason to harm us, but...
Not at first, even. When we dispelled the ghosts and then waited the 45 minutes, so nothing returned. And the ghost, attacked us when we were simply turning on the...
But it was trying to attack us. I assume if it left your men alone when it tried to turn the valve on, it was trying to accomplish that goal, and it wasn't necessarily trying to kill them, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's kind of a gamble, and they are powerful, by the way. Not fun at all.
Yes, well, that's why I said we'll have to probably send a couple shifts down just to make sure that none of them return, and then we'll have it up and running again.
Without this hiccup, how close were you to being ready to have passengers?
If we can start back down there tomorrow or the next day, I would say less than a week, 4 days, 5 days.
How much will it cost?
For what?
To travel using it.
To use the Steeder Way?
Yes.
Depends from where to where.
How much? From east to west?
I can't promise anything because I don't set the rates, but my understanding was that it was about 5 gold per township. So it would be 15 to travel from Upa to Wamprani.
This contract was for 250 gold, yes?
That's correct.
What about 200 gold? And then the ability for any of us to use this once it is ready.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, that's a good
Wow.
Sick negotiation.
What a
Gift that
partner
keeps
over
on
there.
giving.
Come on, guys. This is a
Great, no?
Alright, persuasion?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh!
Stop
Who
it.
are you?
Wow.
Provided no more ghosts appear to shut down the construction, I'll see what I can do.
Would Orba know of any spells or items that could be enchanted where it like resists possession or like resists undead, anything like that?
I mean, you're aware of spells like turn undead and things.
Right,
Like
but
an item
yeah,
specifically?
like a warding kind of thing.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Would you mind if I wrote a quick description of each of you?
Sure.
Sure.
And,
Why?
well, so you can use the Steeder Way for free.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, well,
okay.
makes sense, yes.
If you don't want me to, I won't, but then you risk not being able to use it for
You
free.
might have to pay.
This is not something that we could carry on us, some kind of a token to...
I doubt that they would approve that because you're technically not supposed to have a pass like that. So if you were seen
Right.
using one, people would say,
Why
"Who
can
the
I
hell
get
are they?"
one? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure.
He like starts to slowly write these
If
waiting
you
for
feel
your
like you
approval.
might be able to afford it, maybe you wouldn't need this.
Who you're playing to both sides of Beezaura, her hoarding and her,
And her pride.
paranoia.
You can write the description.
He's like, fine.
He's like,
Not
A
suspicious.
beautiful last
Oh, don't move.
He like sketches a likeness and he's
Yeah.
oh, show this to the gentle void right now.
And
Like,
once
Frank
again,
Martin.
not required, but it might not be me collecting the coin. Names?
Oh.
And
Yep.
I put names to the description.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
What is your name?
Right. Beezaura?
Spelled the usual way?
Yes. 2 E's and a Z, please.
Graven.
Orba.
Orba.
Safira.
Safira.
And Erland.
That's not going back and bite me.
Alright.
Could save a little money too.
I will see what I can do. And in the meantime, he takes out. Slides it
Cheers.
across.
Thank you.
And,
slides it back, counts out the 50 that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
slides
Do you
it
remember
back.
that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Who will you take this to?
Take what?
This information.
I will take it back to the advocates. Like I said, I'll have to clear this with them before we're allowed to send laborers back down into the Steeder Way.
You should let, leadership know that it might be, people in your ranks, basically.
I will mention that, yes.
Is there a way for us to meet with the advocates so that we can advertise our services to them?
I can mention your names and likeness if you'd like. I can't take you to them. That's not really allowed.
Why?
Because you're not Northerners.
Oh.
So, would you never be able to have an audience with an advocate if you're not the local?
Not through me. I wouldn't risk that. That sounds like a good way to get fired.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't want to get you fired.
Thank you.
Okay. Take the goal.
You do so.
40 each. Yeah.
Sure.
Good luck.
Thank you. You've done us a great service. If you see the Steeder Way up and running, you'll know that we were able to finish construction.
Yes, I look forward to riding it.
That'll cost you 5 silver per race, please.
That's amazing.
I'll put a pencil in my bag tonight.
So kind of, are we moving
You
away
can step
from him?
out, outside from the end of the girls.
As we kind of move away from him, I'm gonna...
I could
So
put
if
4
we want
here.
an audience with the advocates, we're gonna have to find a different way to go about it.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I kind of am doing something that involves Celis.
No, yes, you did. I know. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Just wanted to point it out.
I know. I know he's an advocate, but what I mean actually is that I think that it's probably useful to also talk to some people lower on the on the sort of ladder.
If it's all right with
You
you.
could say totem pole. That's
I was
a
just
thing.
gonna say, I was like, I
I saw you were like, it's
totem pole.
Totem pole cannon?
We had a fight around a totem.
We did?
We did.
We did.
You're on the skulls. Pole.
Tiefling, if it's all right with you, I'd actually like to travel with you. Travel with you to Celis.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was
Were
planning
you
on.
not anticipating that being an easy answer?
Yes, I was expecting to have to explain myself more, perhaps, but
No.
okay.
No,
You want to hang out with
Hang
me?
on, I
It's
thought we were all going.
Can I run a quick errand before, just to stock up? Given the 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. If you start, how about this, Tiefling? If you start walking, I'll run and catch up. You start walking, I'll run and catch up. You just tell me which
Where are you
road you're
going?
walking down. I need to pick up.
You're gonna have to
I need
get
to pick
quick,
up.
she's gonna
I need to
kill
pick
you.
up a couple of potions. I need to pick up a couple of potions.
From where?
From a, I assume there's a potion shop around here somewhere.
Well,
A general
cross your
store.
fingers, better find it quick because we're gonna leave you behind.
That's what I'm
apparently.
saying. You start walking, and I'll run and catch up.
Okay, I'm going back to our inn anyway because I want to make sure all my things are still there.
Okay. All right.
Meet me there.
Oh right, yes. So I'm gonna kind of quickly
Same way as
start.
well.
Did it seem like the mailroom area was sort of a town square where I could perhaps?
No, there
No,
does not
okay.
seem to be a town square in
Okay.
Garwis.
So then I'll just once I get a little bit of different distance from them, I'm gonna kind of catch someone's eye walking around.
I think we also, maybe it wasn't you specifically, we've
Yeah.
heard it. You ask around a little bit. There's a place called Keanu's Collateral.
Yeah, I had not.
Yes, that is a general store in the Garwis. I can show you where that is on the map.
Paper everywhere. Where's the...
I'll blow it up for a second. Keanu's Collateral is the first house when you're coming in over the bridge. First.
I need to see everything.
Okay.
Please.
So I'm gonna head there.
Okay.
I need some of that stuff too.
Where are other people headed?
First house coming over the bridge, not the gatehouse?
This bridge, where you
Got
guys
it.
came into Nagaros.
Thank you.
I also need items from the general store, but is this where we're
Parting ways.
parting ways?
Remind me where you're going.
To the coast.
Yes, the coast.
The coast. Right.
We're all still together, right? You're still here.
Yeah.
I scampered off.
All right, scamper.
Like a rat?
Yes.
That
You
means
Like-
told me to rush,
The rat
Like
fuck
some
of
kind of a
Kira.
fuck of rat.
and now I'm getting.
I hope you only find good news. If lot of what I'm looking for in the east is information on the Shade Assembly and the forest, and how to either talk to somebody or how to get in there. And whether that means a parley with the Shade Assembly or sneaking in, I don't know. So if whoever it is that you have to talk to you think might have insight, please ask.
Okay.
I suppose don't invoke too many names.
The fuck out of here.
Well, you're right.
Okay.
If you can, but if you must, I won't be nearby, so probably be safer.
Okay. Do we need to like have a rendezvous? Like
Yes, we should plan
like
to do that.
two or three
When to meet up again.
nights or 3 nights? Yeah.
It's probably like late afternoon.
Yeah, like, you guys met the foreman first at 10 and went down on the Steeder Way. It's probably like 1 o'clock right now.
Okay. And it takes
between an hour and a half to 2 hours between each town.
so conceivably
Without the Steeder Way.
So conceivably they'll get to the full west by the night.
Yeah, even before. I mean, if it takes
Yeah.
4 hours, that's 5 o'clock that you'd get to Nauba.
Okay, so tomorrow night.
Do you think
Perhaps
so?
we try to meet again tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle?
Or with a backup of the next morning, and not to jump to conclusions if we don't see each other tomorrow night or the following morning.
Don't panic.
Yeah.
Don't party just
Don't
yet.
roam
Don't
the
start
streets
running.
yelling back.
Either back here in Nagarwas or the other one.
Nakuzi.
Well, why don't we stick with Nagarwas? It's
Yeah.
familiar.
Back at the same inn in Nagarwas.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Tomorrow night, the following morning at the latest.
Alright.
Anything we can look for at the coast?
No, at some point I'm gonna have to go there.
Don't get too quiet.
At some point I'm gonna have to make my way up there too, but there's nothing that I can have you do for me.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm pretty strong and persuasive, so.
No, I believe you. It's
I'm pretty strong and small.
It's both true. But thanks, but you know.
Sure.
I'm assuming we're gonna do some kind of a switcheroo at some point. I might.
I don't know what you mean by that, but.
I mean, you
So we
guys are
trade
going
coasts?
one way. Yes, that's what I mean. We're trading coasts.
Pass each other in the Steeder Way tunnels.
I don't know.
Right. Well, good luck, I suppose.
Same to you.
I'm just gonna give Graven a hug. Good luck.
You too, Orba.
And Beezaura hug.
Everybody.
Except for
Shocking.
Graven's like, Orba's gonna kill me if I'm not back.
Give me all the potions
Graven
you've
and the
got.
3 ladies, and he's just kind of like patting each one of them.
Okay, be safe.
Splitting off?
Yeah.
Are you taking horses?
I was about to say, are we like
Oh, yeah.
checking out of the?
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
only
only
paid
paid for a
I
night.
only paid for
Yeah,
one
you
night.
paid for the
So,
night.
Right.
We'll just have to go and hope that they have beds for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll load up my
We can say that
saddlebag.
you do that. You return the keys and load up your.
Won't forget my plant that's under the bed.
Yeah.
Okay, who's headed where?
With the Haskub to the general store.
Okay, head in the direction of the general store.
Whiff of it.
Didn't bring it up on purpose.
Are you going with Graven because you
I'll go
guys
with
are
Graven,
traveling
yeah.
together? Okay. Safira and Orba, you have.
Guess we're just waiting for Erland outside.
Yeah.
Okay, you're waiting at the inn. for-
Dawdling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go over
Chatting
to
up the
Erland. So at other times, whether sort of because of the overcast weather or being deep in the woods, a muted glow is kind of hard to miss. But this time, on a sunny day, and with the to-do list growing ever longer, a kind of obscured pulsing could easily be missed. If not for you noticing a few sideways glances of people walking that you pass by.
Why? Why do?
Curiously fixated on your knapsack, kind of people kind of
What?
giving you a little look as you walk along,
What?
resisting the temptation to be nosy and ask you any questions. You see the light from Marvin Bishop's stone.
God damn.
once again signaling a desire to correspond through the pages of Grimaria's giant grimoire.
Alright, I'm gonna... I'm gonna sort of pull over to the side a little bit, and I'm just gonna open up the grimoire.
Okay, you do so. No writing inside.
I'll reach into my bag and I'll...
Do it, baby.
I'll give it 5 squeezes.
Give it squeeze. So as soon as you start to squeeze, writing appears on the page. In the same hand as before.
The same hand, like sort of the one who said, "I have managed to escape."
The hand was always the same. You
One
were just able to
seemed
sort of
hesitant,
tell that
yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Does it seem?
Give me another perception check.
Come on.
Ragged.
No.
6.
As far as you can tell, it's written rather quickly. It seems like the person's writing it quickly, so it's a little harder to tell than it was before, where it was a little slower and methodical.
Okay.
On the approach to Navikapura.
Oh my god.
Should arrive by tomorrow if the weather holds.
Fuck.
In which township shall we meet?
Oh my god.
1 squeeze for Naupa, 2 squeezes for Nakuzi, 3 squeezes for Nagarwas, 4 squeezes for 1 Piranha.
Better hurry up, boy.
Aww.
Tomorrow.
I can't.
Okay. I'm gonna squeeze for Nuba.
You have 1 squeeze, 1 sort of solid grasp, and then let go. You wait. And a little more writing appears on the page. Tomorrow we'll arrange a major landmark or establishment to meet at. I remember what you look like, but find something to wear that stands out in a crowd so I can identify you from a distance. Writing stays for a moment and then disappears off the page.
Unbelievable.
That's an ambush.
Maybe just like well dressed.
Yeah,
Good luck with
sure.
that. See you later.
Erland's gonna
To the coast.
Erland's gonna exhale.
I mean,
Shut the book back in his bag and make haste to Keanu's.
Okay. So we'll say because you didn't linger too much that you arrived there first, even though Graven and Beezaura are on their way.
Okay.
You must have passed it when you arrived in Nagarwas. But the eccentricities of Keanu's collateral didn't quite stand out in the nighttime. It has an unusually high foundation that you'd normally see on a structure kind of built along the coast. A mishmash of security features that look like someone kind of changed their mind several times through the construction of it. Half of the fence around the perimeter is laden with sharp metal scraps to ward off trespassers, but not the other half, making it nothing more than an inconvenience for thieves approaching from the east. Some of the windows are reinforced with sturdy iron grates, while others are delicate stained glass that would shatter in an instant. In any case, you're sure that someone's home. A slender man with long, greasy hair wearing a brown and green kilt darts quickly back and forth in front of the windows on the first floor, perhaps taking an inventory or reorganizing. As each time you see him scoot across, he's holding a different item. So you see him kind of grab something, place something, grab something else, put something in a different location. You see him pass back and forth in front of the windows a few times.
So I'm gonna go in.
Great, you go up to the door and it's locked when you go out to reach for it.
Can I give it a knock and
Sure,
wave?
you give it a knock, and you can sort of peek in through the window, and he's holding an item, and he kind of stops. Stay there! Don't move! Just a moment. And you can see him through the window, and he kind of seems to be figuring out where to put it. He puts it up on a shelf. And then he scutters over. And he opens the door. Please, come in.
Beautiful. That it looks lovely.
Thank you. Yes, come in. Take a look.
Yes, I was hoping to. Do you sell potions?
Yes, some. Yes, what kind?
Do you buy potions?
Yes, sometimes, yes.
Okay, I'd like to sell you a couple potions.
Show me them.
I'm gonna pull out my drought poison.
Okay, you take
And
it.
I'm gonna say, but before I show it to him, I'm gonna say, yes, poisons? Are you alright with poisons?
Yes, anything.
Alright. It's a drought poison, very rare, very powerful.
Sort of gives it a look, inspects it a little bit. Give me a persuasion check as you say it's rare.
Oh
Powerful.
god. No, it's not.
So rare.
What, a persuasion?
Maybe it
He's
is.
come out of
Yeah,
the faucet.
14.
bit.
14.
Nah, not really.
80 for it.
80, that's fair.
Sort of takes out a little pouch and lets the gold spill out a little bit.
He seemed to have sort of a large coin pouch attached to his body so that at any time he might be able to like make an offer on something that somebody has sort of quickly.
And do you have any healing potions? How much do healing potions?
Yes,
How much
60 per.
60 per? Thank you for your time, sir.
Yes.
And I'm gonna...
Close the door. I'm going to close the door very gently.
And I'm gonna close the door gently, and I'm gonna start, again, making haste to the mailroom.
Okay, start to head to the
Mailhouse.
mail house. So Erland's running kind of quick speed walking in the opposite direction, and you see Graven and Beezaura coming in the opposite direction.
Orba told me I had 10 minutes.
Right.
Was parting ways?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, the Tiefling and Safira will let me know.
I'll let you know what.
What we're doing. I don't
meeting
want
back
to.
up here.
Tomorrow night or the
next
following
day.
morning at the inn here.
I'm late for a very
in Nicholas. You twitchy man.
She's very
Almost intentionally peeving Erland. Graven's like, we decided.
right. Well,
Then
As
we'll let you
a
know.
group.
good luck on the coast. Then.
Good luck to you.
All right. I'm gonna quickly scamper
That lies.
back to the
Sure.
sort of mail house.
You know where it is because you
Yeah.
saw it when you were in the house. Graven and Beezaura make your way to Keanu's.
Not telling
Once
the
again,
truth is a
sort of
lie.
seeing the man darting back and forth in front of the windows.
Go to try the door at first.
It's locked.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, stay there. Just a moment.
Sure.
Come in, please, quickly.
Hello. How are you?
Fine.
I need rations.
All right. How much?
A week's worth.
Yes.
Me
He
as
sort
well.
of darts back into kind of there's sort of a pile of things behind a counter in the back.
5 silver per ration.
Oh god.
So that's
So what did you want? You wanted a week's worth?
Yeah.
So 35 silver or 3.5 gold, is that right? Yeah.
3.5
5
gold.
silver
Yeah, 3.5 gold.
for 21 meals.
Yes. For a day's worth of rations is 5 silver.
I'm sorry. Minus
Whoa. Yeah, 5, 10,
3.5.
15, 20.
What are we confused about?
Oh my god.
I was just remembering that.
It's 5 silver for a day of rations.
Yeah.
So for 7 days of rations, it's 35 silver or 3.5 gold.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I didn't do it per meal.
No,
yes.
yeah.
I will give you that.
Great.
Would you purchase fresh Haskub? Is that something you could?
How fresh?
I'm not exactly sure, but still potent.
Let me see.
Oh no.
Is it something that perhaps the healer in town could use?
You could ask him, or you could sell it to me.
How much would you buy it for?
Well, it depends on how fresh it is.
Go back to the horse. Just carefully take it in.
Open it up a little.
It's about to go bad.
How much longer do you think we have if it needs to be used?
End of the day, if you're lucky.
Very well.
Should we
Give you gold for it.
take it for the journey?
1 gold? No.
All
I
right.
don't think so.
I'd have to be able to sell it by the end of the day.
He's like, I just wanted to use it
I
myself before
understand.
it went
Thank
bad.
you. Let me close it out.
Back to my family again.
How much would you buy a great axe?
Let me see it.
Go back to the horse. Put the Haskub away. Take the axe off of the.
It's in all right condition. 25 for it.
25 gold.
Yeah.
Very well.
He takes it, and he's not as strong as you. He sort of hacks it a little bit.
With one hand, I hand it
He's
over.
kind of like looking around for like a hook on the walls to sort of put it on, and he's like,
I'm not anything good. When I get to sign.
Sorry, you said 40 gold?
25.
Damn.
Nice try. Nice try.
Sorry, you said
100 gold.
400 gold?
Right.
It's a nice great axe.
Very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Goes back to
Good
his
to leave.
business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to leave.
You guys exit outside. Once again, streets of Nagarwas. Where are you guys headed?
I'm gonna go back to the Haskub Lake.
She didn't. It was the three of us. Last
Orba
time,
and
right?
Beezaura did not experience the hospital.
Any desire to look inside yourself?
How long does it last?
I mean, if you could estimate, I mean, it affects different people differently,
15,
but
20 minutes.
Longer, like a half an hour.
30, 35 minutes.
Would I be able to continue going with you? Well,
I'd watch you.
Oh my god.
you think it's worth it? I guess.
You might not even be potent enough anymore.
I guess before it goes bad.
Never let drugs get away.
Never let drugs go bad.
You have to drink the vodka before it goes bad.
Yeah, that's true.
exactly.
That's true. So we're pretty close to the edge of the.
To the edge of town.
To
You're
the
right
edge
on
of
the edge of
town.
town. Yeah.
Headed in the right
Headed
direction.
towards, yep.
We could take 5 minutes down the road and
Light it up.
get a face full.
I trust you.
Oh my god.
Do you hand her the box or you keep it?
No, I'll keep it for
Yeah.
now and then.
You hold on to
This is
it.
like a high school PSA. I trust you.
Let's go into the woods and try this. Alright, you guys
saddle up.
making your alright, you guys finally saddle up once again. Feel the horse sort of between your legs start to move in the direction of the coast. Wamparani now, guys, on your way. Is there anything during this time that Safira and Orba were looking to get done before we hop over to the mailroom briefly?
Orba's writing.
What do you reckon, Orba? Do you think I should take this? Safira's kind of
She's
like, I'm
writing.
exhausted. I'm like, shall I take one of these healing things?
I mean, how bad do you feel?
Pretty shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty shit. Yeah,
She looks pretty
I'm
shit.
I'm like looking at her like.
How many do you have?
And Safira's like rifling through her backpack. Let me see. I don't know how many I have.
I lose them in here.
And remember, you can heal from a short rest, but that takes an hour, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna want to do that.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. 1.
What if we are optimistic for a peaceful journey with Erland?
You drink it.
Yes.
Oh,
2d4.
Orba goes back to writing.
2d4 plus 2.
Peaceful journey. Optimistic for peaceful. 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah.
What are the d4? D4.
Yeah, well, this healer's
Come here, d4s. Please be nice to me.
Fine.
You were not very nice.
Okay. I have
4. I healed
healing
4. I
Plus
now
two,
have
plus two.
Plus 2. Oh.
Sorry, what?
Okay. So I have total of 9 health.
You drink it, feeling a little better, still a little worse for wear, but not on sort of about to fall off your feet.
What were you at?
2!
Really?
I said you would, didn't
I gotta save my energy. I'm sorry.
you? Raven's like trying to just, he's like, yeah, maybe. Ask me again in a moment.
I go to like make light, but I like purposely make it flicker. Like, see, it's.
Alright, we will hop over briefly to the mail house. And following the north road once again, you get to that kind of intersection where it sort of peels off. And you start to head up to the mail house itself. You can see this sort of large archway that allows for the carts to kind of pull through. It almost has this kind of drive-through aspect to it. There's an arch on one side and then an arch on the back side, so someone can drive their cart into the house itself, get loaded up with packages and things, and then be driven out the front or the back, depending on which way they're going. And it has these kind of guardrails that keep the horses from walking into the sort of mailroom itself. And past these guardrails on either side, there's rows of desks lined up, men and women diligently sorting mail, keeping records, occasionally standing to transfer a pile of letters or a parcel to one of many locked rooms around the perimeter. It looks like they have different rooms to sort of organize where the packages are headed to. And each time they take letters or a parcel to one of these rooms, they signal to a distinguished-looking man with puffy, fur-lined robes that kind of surround him, and he sort of shuffles around the floor of the mail house. and he would unlock the door using a large key ring attached to his belt. So he sort of has all these keys to all these rooms, opens the door, people would put the packages in, he would close the door. The large windows in here give the room a kind of hazy, comfortable light, especially at the front of the building where a marble podium stands next to a bell with a rope attached to it, and the sign reads, "For inquiries, conveyance, and collections."
I'm gonna go up to the podium.
Okay.
Is it a ding bell or a ding bell?
Like a pull the rope back and forth, yeah. Ding, 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 ding. And as soon as you do so, a lot of heads kind of look up to you, and someone kind of signals to the man that was walking around with the keys, and he shuffles his way over to you, sort of with the big robe draped around him, and he comes up. Hello?
Hello, I'm expecting some mail.
Ah, well, you came to the right place.
It should be for E, or perhaps Erland.
All right. I require the name of the recipient, and in addition, because I do not recognize your face, I also ask that you identify the sender.
Perhaps it goes by many names, but perhaps RB initials.
I'll see what I can find. He sort of shuffles up for a moment. He goes to one of the rooms, opens it up, steps inside for a moment. And he comes back out, and he looks like he's kind of holding something, and he goes over to a desk, and he kind of opens a drawer and slips something into the desk and closes the drawer.
Can I see him do that?
Yeah, you see him do that. And he comes over to you. Is it possible that it was under a different name?
To me?
From this RB?
Perhaps to Jamie?
He goes back to the drawer, opens it up. He takes the letter and brings it over. He gives you a letter.
You piece of work. Piece of work.
He always so many secrets.
I almost just started reading and then I realized.
I think you just have to forget.
Yeah. I don't want to have to forget.
That's true.
Anything else I can do for you?
No. That's wonderful. Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day. And he goes back to his work. Rat. Fuck.
Of Kira! The rat fuck of Kira.
It was actually for
Smile.
Where are we headed, Erland?
I'm gonna...
Garbage.
To the garbage.
To the garbage.
Just throw yourself in a dump.
Yeah, just take yourself out.
Sorry, I'm just getting my bearings here. I'm going to run back to meet Orba and Safira.
Okay. Erland comes back to meet you guys. You see that he's panting a little bit from having sort of dashed around the town a bit.
What have you been doing?
Good. Got two.
Good. That's not an answer. What do you mean? What have you been doing?
Clearly
Good.
not something good.
Got myself an extra healing potion. Got 2 now.
Oh, good.
That's all you did. Why are you sweating?
Because I ran because the tiefling seemed like she was in a rush.
Yup.
She seemed
Looks like
she
you
was in a
toured
rush.
the whole town, but okay. Are we going?
Yeah, I want
to see the wizard?
I want to make a stop at the mail house, though. I have a
That's
letter
not
to
canon.
send.
No, it's not. I mean, well,
I see a wizard.
what did you say? I said off to see the wizard. I mean, we are.
We are.
She's saying it literally. It's not good.
I'm just dropping off a letter, but it's in the correct direction of going west, right? Passing the mail house.
No, this is Nagarwas right here.
Right.
You guys are going here. To get to the mail house, you kind of have to go up here and then.
Yeah, well, it's like near-ish.
Yeah, I mean the whole town's near.
Right, that's true. Yep, just going to the mail house. I want to send a letter, and that's it.
Okay,
Okay.
All right.
let's go.
You guys following Orba back to the mail house?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go in.
Okay. You sort of walk up to the mail house. You see the people skittering about, horses, carriages moving in and out, people getting up from their desks to sort of go back to these rooms, sort the letters, little bell with a rope on the end, inquiries, conveyance, collections.
Ring the bell.
And again, once again, sort of shuffles over. He almost looks like he's gliding. The robe's very long, so you don't even kind of see his feet. He comes
I
over.
love that.
Ah,
Greetings.
hello. What
Hi.
can I do for you?
I would like to send a letter to Mukmu. Someone in Mukmu.
All right, Mukmu. That should be 2 silver for Mukmu.
Okay. 2 silver. I'll give it to you later. I didn't have time to finish writing.
Okay.
But,
And is it, describe it to me, is it like just a piece of paper written and folded? Is it in an envelope? Just so I know what
I don't have an envelope, Could I purchase an envelope?
We just send and deliver.
Do you have seals of any kind? I'm afraid
I could seal it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
2 silver.
Okay.
Okay.
And he goes over to a desk where takes out a little bit of wax. That he
For the
drips.
wax, 2 silver.
Yeah, I mean, he's gouging her, but it's clearly not a service that they usually provide.
Yes.
I could move my
Safira's
hand.
standing back there like
He nudges someone, he's like, got another one.
tourists.
Yeah.
No envelope. The sucker.
I gave her the no envelope line.
Like a display being
Full of envelopes.
envelopes.
Get out of here. And you can address it to Widu at Trinketry.
Oh my gosh. So cute.
Is it a love?
Anything for you, ma'am?
No, I was company.
All right. Have a nice day.
Take care.
Safira feels dumb for walking in. Kind of walks out like.
Sure.
Are you literally never going to leave my side as long as we're on this little
No,
journey?
honestly, I'm in a daze. I don't know why I walked in there.
Okay.
I've no. You're sending that to a do?
Yeah, it's okay. And she gets on her horse really awkward.
Okay.
I'm already on my horse waiting.
Yes, Erland didn't go in, so was waiting.
Ready?
Yep.
To Salis.
Okay.
Three of them get on their horses. They start to head west. And as the party diverges to opposite directions, that is where we will wrap up for the evening. With plans made.
Don't get these 2 killed with your stupid shit.
Yeah, I mean.
That was a letter of protection. I got a letter of protection.
Erland, correspondence from multiple places, some through the book, some through the mail. And Graven and Beezaura are on their way to see what they can find out in Wamper.
You bastard! I can't
for
believe you didn't tell us
some
about
of the places
You
and
bastard.
faces of Navikapur. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining us, as always.
Yes, Banished Raven gifted 5 subs. I want to say that before I forget. Thank you so much. That's
Thank you so much.
absolutely incredible.
That's
Thank
awesome. Thank you, seriously. We're so happy to be back. We hope you're enjoying the story. We know that we're just starting to ramp things up here in Navikapur as we start to meet some of the people that we were hoping to meet.
Some of us more than others.
What?
Doghouse.
Ramped up. You are at full velocity now.
Yeah, it's full rat fuck.
Have a wonderful night, everyone. We will see you
Yay!
next week, same time, 7 o'clock,
Wonderful.
Sunday. We'll see you then. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye. you.